We're going live now, fuck it.
It picks up a little bit after about 2.5 minutes.
So whilst Nerf is watching Brokeback Mountain, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. If you are new, fantastico. We play lots and lots of tabletop. If you are not new, then you already know what we're doing, so we'll move on. Social media, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Just type in Heavyweight Gaming and you will find us and you'll get to see all the lovely things that we get up to and all the gamings we play. We play Dungeons and Dragons 5e, Pathfinder 2nd Ed, and we play Carbon 2185, which is a spin from 5e skinned with Cyberpunk, made by Dragon Turtle Games, and it's done really well. There's also some, you will see some similarities from Pathfinder as well, because he's a big fan of both. But yes, it's a really, really good RPG. It got funded really quick at the end of last year. So if you love your 5e rule system and you like Cyberpunk, this is the game for you. There we go. So the sponsors, we have Dragon Turtle Games, who are sponsoring all of the streams since all of the Carbon 2185 streams since we started 15 weeks ago. As this is session 15, and we probably missed a couple, so it's probably over 4 months this has been going. And if you go to the web store and use the code WAITE, W-A-I-T-E, you will get 10% off, but you won't get it off the pre-order stuff, which I think they're changing from pre-order anyway, so you might be able to get 10% off them as well. So go do that. Thank you very much, Dragon Turtle Games, for the sponsorship. You can find them on Facebook and Twitter. Again, just type in Dragon Turtle Games. They are bringing out some further Kickstarter stuff for this. They've got lots and lots of, they're right at the beginning of their journey for releasing all their Cyberpunk stuff. They've got a Solarpunk thing on its way. They've got further Carbon 2185 Kickstarters coming. It's going to be ridiculous. So watch out for that. Unofficial sponsors of the show are Ruffworx Creative, Sawdust and Swear Words, Bardic Inspiration UK. Go find them on Facebook. Look at their photos. You will see they do loads of woodworking, leatherworking, dices, candles, all sorts across the three of them. They're incredible to have on board in our little journey of building the channel, so go check that out. For all our background music, we use Sirenscape, which is fucking brilliant. If you want to use it at home around your table or with your friends over the air, then I strongly advise Sirenscape. It's really cool. It's nothing a month for what you're using it for, and it's filled with lots and lots of cool background music and sound effects and stuff. So you should be able to hear that in the background. It is a bit of a bugger streaming with it, in the sense that I need to make sure you can hear it, but also hear the players and also hear me. So sometimes it'll feel like it's quiet, other times it'll feel like it's a bit overwhelmingly loud. Please let me know in chat and I'll try and adjust it as we go through. At the end of this month, I'll get through all these announcements dead quick, kids, don't worry. At the end of this month, let's see if this pops up. Bam! There we go. You'll just see me and Nath now. We are doing a 48-hour gaming challenge. So from noon on the 28th until noon on the 30th of August, so it's the bank holiday at the end of August, we will be streaming gaming. So we will be doing tabletop, and in the gaps in between all the tabletop sessions, we'll be doing some PC gaming of various things. The tabletop consists of Gamma Worlds, Vampire the Masquerade, a 5e D&D urban setting, an Alien, as in Alien RPG sesh, a Carbon 2185, a Pathfinder, a normal D&D. I think I've missed one or two, but yeah. So that's going to be going on, and then in between we'll be doing stuff like I don't know, Apex Legends, Fortnite, Minecraft Dungeons, a game that me and my boys have just started playing called Grounded. It is fucking amazing. If you like your little survival games and like Minecraft and stuff, it's like that, but it's very similar to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where you're all nippers and you're running around the garden and the trees are really big and the ants and stuff are everywhere. So we're going to be doing that. So it's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that weekend. I'm playing that anyway. On the Friday evening, I'll be playing with Island of Rob, a Twitch streamer, and we'll be playing Broforce. Just YouTube it. It looks amazing. But we're doing this for 3 charities. First one is Mind, which is a mental health charity. Mermaids, which is a Pride charity, Rainbow Trust, which is for poorly kids charity. Go on to Google either Mind Charity, Mermaids Charity or Rainbow Trust Charity, and you'll get a lot of information of why they're doing it, who they're doing it for, and what they're doing with the funds they get raised. If you go to the link, the justgiving.com link /team/heavy48, make sure, depending on which charity you wish to donate to, is associated with Mind for myself, Mermaids for Kelly, and Rainbow Trust for Rob. It's just the way Just Giving do it. They link it to a person rather than a collective. So make sure that you're donating to the right one, or all three if you can. Feel free to donate anonymously if you so wish. If you donate via the Twitch, there's a donate button just under the Twitch stream. If you're on a mobile device, you'll have to click on About, and then it shows you loads of buttons that take you to the links of everything. It will go into the Twitch account, and I'll have to manually move it across to the whichever charity you wish to donate to. So please make a note. Yep, please make a note. So, up for grabs. Let's give it a you.
Nice. There it is.
Is if you look at Philip/Dave's picture, there you go. There's a better one. There is that. It is a dice tray that has been beautifully made. I'll move it over here so you can see Dave's as well. Beautifully made by Sawdust and Swear Words. You can see a couple of their dice pots in the background. You drop the dice in the funnel, as it were. It click-clacks through, and boom, in the gorgeous little wood tray area, you get your roll. That is up for grabs. It is £2 a pop to put your name in a hat via the Just Giving page. So if you donate £10 for the tray, that's £2. £2 per name. That's 5 names, 5 of your name you get put in a hat. You do not have to keep it yourself. If you wish to win it for someone else, that is fine. But all I ask is, if you do it via the Just Giving page, please make sure that you don't do anonymously, because I'll just assume it's a donation. And please make sure you put something in the notes to let me know that it's for the tray. Just the word tray will do, or this is for the tray, or for dice tray, etc. So that I know that you're deliberately putting that money in there, so I can put your name in a hat. If you do it anonymously, I'll just take it as a donation. If you don't put any word in your notes, I'll just take it as a donation. So, and I'd rather not everyone be Facebooking me middle at night to say, oh, I forgot to do my tray and all this blah blah. So please do it best you can. Thank you all. Tomorrow we will show you a collective of pictures regarding that dice tray. Also, I haven't got them prepped for tonight because I want to put them together in a little slideshow. Ruffworx Creative have made 2 carbon 2185 themed, almost like hex grenades. They're about this big. Not that that helps if you don't know how massive my head is, but they're put together with magnets. So when you take them off, there's a little button and there's a hex grid in the tray bit. There's a little button that lights up and you can see the neon lights beneath the hex grid on your little dice tray, and they look like little cyberpunk grenades essentially. They're very cool, and they too will be up for grabs at £2 a pop for those. So there's 3 things we've got. He's got big hands, thank you Ruffworx. It was a cold night, mate, but we kept each other warm. Brought back Rob. So, and then we've got those grenades, okay? So yeah, they'll be going up tomorrow as well. Right. I believe that is everything, is it not? Yeah, if you want to subscribe to the channel, please do. We love that stuff. If you've got Amazon Prime, you now get something called Prime Gaming. It's basically a free subscription from your Amazon Prime account that you can use on a Twitch content creator. They'll pay that month's fee, like it costs you nothing because you're already paying with Amazon. If you don't want to use it on us, don't worry about it, but I would always recommend, if you like watching other people on Twitch or ourselves included in that list, please throw it at one of them. It costs you nothing and it gets a couple of quid to the content creator. Or you could go to Patreon. If you go to Patreon, there's a couple of tiers where it's like a couple of dollars to a few more dollars. If you so wish, you can donate via Patreon, and it's a monthly subscription, so please take that into account, and we will use that money to go back into the stream channels, etc. But it also helps us fund the artwork and stuff for the projects we're working on regarding our homebrew arcane script e-magazine, which is full of 5th edition lore. It's all fantasy because it's our fantasy world we're writing about at the minute, but we're moving on. Rob has already written a homebrew background or origin for Carbon 2185 called the Dragon. It's very, very cool, so we're looking at throwing that in as well.
Sweet.
And we've got a couple of Pathfinder monsters and stuff that we're hoping to either bring out in this month's issue or month after. But yeah, life is busy at the minute, so we will get stuff out as quick as we can. So we can't get Fall Guys on Xbox or Switch, shame. Right, that's all the good stuff out the way. The players, we have James playing 413X, the Troublemaker. We have Roberto playing Larry, the Marine, hoorah. We got Dave playing F1L1 Philip, the Combat Hacker. And we have Nave playing Xinjiang John, the Combat Medic. This week, the lovely Ian is not with us, who normally plays Jake. He's having a chill night, and hopefully he gets lots and lots of sleep. So that's good for him.
Him into space and done with it.
Yeah, next week. So Jake, can you roll me a fortitude save and take
Cold
a deep
embrace
breath?
of space.
You've only been there a week.
So there's the lovely players. Last week, this lot finally managed to do 2 sessions worth, or this will be the second session, on the same mission. What has felt like 14 one-shots is finally becoming an arc. So after getting out,
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Turn this ship around. After getting out of the radiated forest, you reconnected with the Crown Estate via the Elizabeths. They were very calm about everything that's happened. There was no raised voices, simply a reassurance that you were still going to Mars. You agreed, no fuss was made, and you swapped Chase for Philip. Chase
Steal the week.
And all of a sudden, everything started going well.
I'd like to see Philip take on the creatures that Chase did on the way out.
Everything
of that forest.
immediately got better. We went to space, nothing exploded, nothing shot us out of the sky, and we made it.
They did a bit.
If you're watching, we love you.
Philip and Jake did a bit of fizz, so they were running around. It was lovely role play for days. They got a flight to Dubai. They landed in Dubai. I made a shit ton of notes in case they went wandering around Dubai. They were like, "We're here. Get a taxi. Let's go." So those notes got put aside for when
Yeah,
they
he
land.
says he made notes. Beer
Whoa.
mat notes.
That's still notes, and these beer mats are at
Oh.
least.
That counts.
At least
What the hell's a
3
note?
inch. It's like a haggis, but from Yorkshire.
I'm now on my 3rd book, by the way, since we started this. I've been doing other RPGs as well, but this is my new notebook. This is my 3rd notebook since lockdown started.
Nice. Jesus.
From role-play game.
Can you send me a
You
copy
don't have
of
to
that?
transcribe every word that was said, you know.
I reckon he
All
goes
these
back
sessions.
and watches them and then writes them all down.
Scripts it for his upcoming movie project.
So they got on a ship, a freight ship, via a deal or a favour called in by Jean and his good friend Pavan at Dubai Space. I want to say company, but I thought it was. It is in fact company. Brilliant. Dubai Space Co. Favour was called in. A lovely lass called Maria gave you some old school identity like passes that are more digital. You got through the doors, you went to the end of the dock. There was a crap load of freight ships ready to bugger off to the stars. You went to the far side, you got on the ship, you strapped in and are ready to book it. I believe we finished in space, did we not?
We literally just
Yeah,
got
yeah,
into space.
So you broke the atmosphere, literally broke it. You've ruined Earth, and you are now in space. The freight ship is heading on its destination. Yours will be Mars. You were told that when you are close by, we'll drop you off, as that's how it works in space. And
On a pod, yeah?
yeah, you will have a small pod, like a equivalent of a when them caravans have a mountain bike on the back. Yeah, so you guys have got like a 5-person tandem space bike. You're gonna have to
It's a
pedal.
bike in space. It's automatically cool.
Yeah.
Nano space bike.
This is nano because it's space, so it's hyper instead of nano. So you'll get a lot of hyper up here. Just so you know. Right.
But the least
is not-
cool, the least
this is
cool
not
bike
as-
from Tron ever.
As long as when we get to Mars, there's someone waiting there who can turn around to us, look at our ship, and do, "You came in that thing? You're braver than I thought."
I thought you'd be bigger. So, right, hopefully the lovely people at home can hear stuff. There are lots of beeps and stuff going on all around you, and you can see people checking stuff. Hyper nano, nano hyper, brilliant. We'll call it Niper or Nipper or Nanper. Shut up. As you get up there, all the belts automatically loosen. They're still fastened in and buckled in where you pull them over, but there's no more tension on them. They've kind of released. R2-D2 was always there. I invented him. There's me suit by Disney. So come at me, mouse. Come at me. The seat belts loosen. You are able to unclip them. You start seeing the staff who work in this large cargo area. Going straight to work, they immediately check strappings and stuff to make sure that the mag locks are still working and that the extra straps they've put on, nothing's loosened in that jump into the stars. Now, you'll know this, Sean. It usually takes, or I say usually, back in the day when folks first tried to get to Mars, you're looking at a 9-month trek, but these days there's quite a lot of jump technology. We'll just go with that, and it will take you a couple of days.
Physicist in me just died.
Well, if you've got a physicist in you, was he a physicist up the mountain?
Just waiting for the.
Right, I'm going to shoot every NPC I see on
I
the
do-
site just to
I
ruin
do
it for you.
I do have my degree certificate up here. Do I need to get it out?
Well, considering Jean tried to pull off some vortex spin with his bloody fighter jet, you can shove that up your ass. That's all I'm saying. It says combat medic under your name, mate. So,
I think you'll find it says ventriloquist and not mechanics.
yeah. So, you're in space. It's a bit relaxed. People down here are the equivalent of just warehouse staff, really. They're just general manual labour. You've no doubt they get paid pittance, and the only reason they're getting 3 meals a day is because they constantly work, and it's just part of the process. Rather than earning enough to actually buy things, most of their stuff will be supplied, and any spare time they get will be spent chilling before they go back to a 12 to 16 hour shift dumping and dumping. There are a lot of older models, older designs but newer models of the maintenance mechs rocking around these big heavy labour jack type machines, still lifting and stuff. There is less of them than there was on the dock because everything's tied down now, but you still have them pottering around, and there still seems to be some sort of organisational stuff going on, logistics in this massive cargo hold. It's like they are now moving them into their own areas as if they're going to do a round of stops and deposit these crate X with stop X, crate Y with stop Y, etc, etc. You are free to roam as you wish. Nothing happens immediately, but you are quite literally able to potter around this cargo hold. You do see Maria every now and then talking to people, but yeah, you are free to roam.
I mean, I won't plan on going particularly far. I'm just going to hang around in the hang around where we've been kind of allocated to be and try not get in the way. If anyone looks like they need a hand with something, I'll give them a hand. I might use that as a slight excuse to just subtly check a couple of boxes appear to be what they say on the side.
Okay, cool. Give me a
Anyone bought us any rerolls this week yet?
No.
Give me an investigation check. I mean, when you did this look last time, they were out on the thingies and they look legit.
Yeah.
But as they're moving them around, see if you notice anything else.
It would have helped if I'd opened the character sheet. That is a 23.
23. So a good 90% of them do tick the box of mining equipment, but there is one that is, say they're stacked out in a chessboard. The top left of that chessboard that you'd be on, there is there's 3 shipping containers, and then about 16 loot crates. I say loot crates. They look like ammo crates. I play a lot of Fortnite and Apex. Loot crates just in there, but they look like ammo crates, mate.
Yeah.
There's about 16 of them, but they look like ammo crates, not mining.
Cool. I'm okay with that.
John, did we have a plan of any point of contact up here? I mean, a couple of you seem like you've done a bit of off-planet travel in the past. Like,
How do you mean?
well, we're up here to find someone to get this job underway. What was? Is there anyone up here we need to meet up with? Any point of contact? Any reliable friends up here?
No, we've got the data from the crash ship on the information we needed to for the location.
Did we ever look at that?
To be honest with you, no. We haven't had a particularly good look through it.
Don't get me wrong.
We should do. One of the pilots should have a look through it because they'll be able to then figure out where we're actually going on Mars.
I'm just grateful for anyone to have got here in one piece, don't get me wrong, but now that we're here, what's the next step?
Yeah, no, I get it. We should have a look. We should have a look through the data.
I don't know if any of you guys know, like, what all I know is sort of the cities. Like, is there police up here? Is there gangs? Is there territorial issues? Like, what are we walking into?
What we know about this facility is it's an abandoned facility. It used to belong to remind me of the mega cop with the building that we were in.
Nightingale,
I think. It used to belong to Nightingale, and Crown has done a deal with Nightingale to get access to this place to retrieve something. And we know that the thing they want retrieving is in a location that they've given us the details of. I've not looked through the file to see whether or not it has any more information, to be honest. I mean, we can have a look through it now. I'm happy to sort of,
before we kind of start digging down the mission specifics, it's more just like, what's the lay of the land up here? Like, how legal is everything? How enforced is there police? Is it as civilized loosely? Is it anything like San Fran?
No.
Is it Wild West up here?
I mean, there's no atmosphere on the planet, so no. There are habitats, but this is an abandoned area. I'm not expecting us to run into anything living.
Don't get me wrong, I'm fine for a scrap. It's just want to make sure we're pointing guns at the right people, you know.
My guesstimate of the situation we're heading into would be, and I'm happy to defer to the more militarily tactically inclined members of the team, anything we see up there that isn't us is not going to mean well for us, and we should treat it accordingly.
Philip and Alex, like, you guys ever know of any groups that operate up here, whether legal or otherwise? As, I don't know, miners, any workforces up here?
This unit has never been to space before.
Same. I've never left planet.
So what, are we going to go on the assumption that everything up here is a bad deal for us, or seems a bit of a...
If we're going to an abandoned facility and the records indicate that there are no people supposed to be there, then anyone that is there is probably going to be hostile to us. Stealth tactics would lead to the beginning, and then we will have to adjust on the fly.
I'm with you on that one. It's more the traveling around like places like the ports, like where we are now, these warehouses, on the way there and back, like we run into convoys, we run into vehicles, we run into.
There's not going to be a port. There's not going to be.
We are getting close to Mars and then getting shot out in a small vehicular towards Mars. That we are going to pilot ourselves and then shoot it out of Mars and hopefully get collected by the same ship upon its return. There won't be any ports.
Happy with the hopefully in the middle of that. I'm for being honest with you.
As we're having this conversation, I'm going to pull the file up on my HUD and actually start and look through the data drop that was given to us by Brown.
Statistical probability is high, dependent upon whether Jean is the pilot or not.
His track record, I'd feel a lot better if he was nowhere near the controls of a vehicle for the time being.
This unit is in an agreement with you. Hence why we bought F1.
Can you fly?
Of course I can fly.
So I'm scrolling through this. I'm scrolling through this file from Crown 80.
So going through, there's a load of stats on Mars itself, just its geographical layout, the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere, the canyon that's there, the impact crater and such. The location that it's giving you as you flick through, and it's more like it's less of a dot on a map, more of a area and an explanation of what is at that area. So what you gather from just reading through it all rather than word for word is on Mars is the highest volcano in the solar system, and it's called Olympus Mons, and it stands at about 26 kilometers above the surrounding plain. So as an example, Mount Everest is only 1/3 as high as this mountain. So it's 3 Mount Everests. And Olympus Mons lies on the western edge of another gargantuan feature, which is known as the Tharys Dome, which is a 10 kilometer high, 4,000 kilometer wide bulge in the surface. Yep. The Nightingale facility is within Olympus Mons. So on the western edge of the mountain, according to the imagery that you've got, there is a very obvious like tram system or brilliant.
I can hear you.
I'm not talking to
immersion in full effect. Professional RPGers right there.
Literally,
I filled 3 books playing RPG.
So yeah,
keep talking. I can hear you.
Brilliant. If I hear a zip, I'm out. I'm just saying. Well, not I'm out. I don't mean if I hear a zip, I'm out. That's not what I meant. All right. I mean he's out. But in the so Philip, you've crashed the plane. So on the western edge of this volcano, Olympus Mons, there is a tram system, like very akin to, the ski lifts that take you up the mountains, but for large tram carriages, and they will take you up halfway up the mountain. I'm just going to assume Jean's sharing this information with you. Take you halfway up the mountain.
Well, it's in the loo.
And then there is a opening that is got lots and lots of Earth-like technology as scaffolding type thing around this large cavern entrance that has been made to look very nice for people approaching it. And within there is the facility, the Nightingale facility. And that is where you need to go. The assets you are to retrieve are within the science stroke R&D block of the facility.
Does it make mention as to what the assets actually are?
The Elizabeth simply said that they're the only thing left there.
Yeah, but I mean on the record.
It doesn't tell you what the assets are. Anywhere it mentions it, it just uses the word asset.
Mr. DM,
Yep.
would we know of anything within man-made structures on other planets? If there's anything, I'm assuming there's breathable atmosphere in these areas. Is there anything that's artificial gravity? Do we would know anything about?
So Mars
How
has,
it's been adapted
Mars
to
has got
human
a fair
life.
amount of stuff on it, as is a lot of the solar system. These gateways were found, and Tusk Interplanetary managed to devise a gamma technology to use them to jump or propel or warp, whatever word you wish to use, but they use these gateways to, exactly like wormholes, to fly around wherever they needed to go, solar system and other star systems and such. Nobody has a clue what made the wormholes, but us humans are using them. So most planets, whether they've got a breathable atmosphere or not, there's a lot of technology that gets put into them. Tusk Interplanetary is a mega corporation from Earth who is 99% among the stars. They have a small presence on the planet Earth, but are then throughout the stars. So a lot of the technology is that you will see out there, it is very, very high tech and very, very ticks almost every box needed to survive in certain planetary conditions, depending on what planet it is. For example, if you're on Pluto, you'll be warm enough. If you're on Mercury, you'll be cool enough. You have a pair of sunglasses.
Gravity normalised.
It does within the buildings, yes. And they obviously have periphery equipment that you wear, attach, etc. Augment yourself with to make you useful in space.
No 50-foot low growl Superman punching.
You give it a go.
Does it say anything in the document about an insertion point? Or is it literally...
Well, the pictures you have are the western side of the volcano, where you see this tram/ski lift.
Cool, that'll be right.
And it takes you about halfway up, and then you can see a plateau and the almost welcome to Nightingale scaffolding across this cave area that leads you into the mountain itself. Nightingale are known for space travel, they're not known for space colonisation. So they're all for sending people up into space for a jolly. But the two big ones that actually deal with other planets are Tusk Interplanetary and Coing. I think it's Coing. Coing, I can't even pronounce that. Koenig Origin were the first two that went up into space properly. Koenig are the ultimate corporation on the moon, and a lot of the fuel that's used back on Earth is there's a resource called deuterium, H3, and it gets mined from the moon and sent down to Earth, and that's a lot of the fuel that's used. And Tusk Interplanetary were like, cool, we'll have a bit of the moon as well. You can have the majority of the moon, but we're going to go take over the rest of the world. Or the rest of the universe.
Is there much of a tourism trade to Mars? Was it ever a tourism place? Was it mainly corporate?
There has been like safari tourism rather than go and have a holiday there. Because while they were trying to set up shop, as it were, it's very, very difficult to, like, any mistake costs lives. So the facilities worked well because they were isolated and contained, but anything, you know, some random couple opening a hotel on Mars just isn't as able. And like I said,
but it hasn't been terraformed though. It is still
Mars.
Yeah,
it's Mars.
Just with these like prefab buildings and structures on them that have been adjusted for human life, basically.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. I'm really disappointed. I used going to the loo, which in retrospect was a terrible cover story, to try and find my book of Mars, which has loads of maps of Mars in it, because I thought it'd have been cool, and I couldn't find it, which I'm really annoyed about.
So because all we got from the amount of time you were gone is you were taking a shit. Just saying. I'm off to the loo. 15 minutes later.
It wasn't 15 minutes.
Oh mate, we started at 8. So, did you hear everything I said then?
I heard everything you said, cool. and was indeed relaying it.
Cool.
So, I mean, I don't know about your guys' sides, but I agree with Alex on the whole. Let's approach it quietly. If it's meant to be abandoned, any signs on there are usually going to be stuff we don't want to be bumping into. How are we going to get planet side without making it obvious?
We're not. We're just going to go in the front door of the abandoned facility, or as close to as we can get. I mean, looking at the kind of layout we've got of this place, is there a landing area?
How do we get from the ship to the facility without dying in the cold vacuum of Mars?
Is there a landing area with a docking bay?
At the bottom of the mountain, where the tram system is, that is like a port town. There are quite a lot of buildings. There are quite a lot of like helipad structures for smaller ships to come and land. You do see some imagery that somewhere from within the mountain, the largest ships, you can see them coming out further up the mountain. It's like, because they're all stills, very large freight ships or very large space vessels.
And is this whole area abandoned, or is that bit still?
It all seems to be part of the same facility. Like, all that is Nightingale. So that particular encompassing area is Nightingale's bit of land on Mars, and their facility is abandoned. So you can safely assume, you can assume that the port town is also abandoned. I mean, they're old photos, obviously, bustling with people. They're very poster photos.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Well, you say we're on some sort of time frame that if we're not ready for collection before this ship comes to pick us up, we're screwed.
Yeah,
that is correct.
I'm fairly sure Mariah said we got 3 days.
What time is it now?
We've got 3 days from the point at which we depart to get
You
back
said
to
Mirage?
the rendezvous point.
Mariah. Sorry,
Mariah.
Maria.
Was that 3 days from when we left Earth, or 3 days when?
No. Three days from when we depart. We'll have 3 days to get back and rendezvous with the ship.
Yeah. So 3 days
Yeah.
from when the ship
When we press
shoots
the
us
button.
off towards Mars.
Yeah.
And
If
this
we miss
unit
that
will set a
rendezvous,
72-hour clock.
I'd say, Alex, you seem to be pretty good with numbers and stats. You want to make a note of that when we leave?
This unit has already set a 72-hour clock and will start it as soon as we leave.
I mean, the good news is, if we miss that, get to die in space, that's kind of cool.
Good news is, at least Bison's not up here, right?
You look out the window, and there's a mech. Bison with a space helmet on, just like.
Still shirtless, just with a space helmet on.
Oh, but it can take it. It can take it. It's got a high con.
How long till we get fired to Mars, then, I guess? Does this ship have any equipment we can borrow or claim? I don't know what sort of things you guys will be wanting to take with you, but some heavier grade equipment might not be amiss.
It's a freight ship carrying mining equipment. We're just passengers. We're not here to borrow their stuff, other than what they've already agreed to lend us. And you saw them when we came in. They've got like basic hand pistols at best.
Thinking more tools, anything like, crowbars, stuff to get through. If we go into an abandoned place, we get stuck or stuff doesn't open for us.
I've got a crowbar, it's fine.
Fuck it. Even in space, Larry's like, well, crowbars we're through. Jean, just so you know, the pod will be equipped with suits
Your
and breathing
character, I was
apparatus.
following it.
So you know the Billy basics of, say, walking from the pod to the buildings. You have suits and such that will be in the pod. They will be very basic. They will provide you no armour, but they will allow you to breathe as you cross areas out in the open, and protect you from the elements.
If am I right in saying this, we're basically doing a B&E in space.
Yeah, let's go with that.
It seems
Best day ever.
With permission.
I don't know whose facility was it.
Nightingale.
Rather less of a B.
Was it Nightingale facility originally?
Yeah.
Any reason why they abandoned it?
Not sure. I want to know the answer to that question.
Might be worth knowing before we decide to land in it.
Sometimes it's better to not know.
This unit has completed
I'll
its
disagree with
search.
you on that one, John.
This unit has completed its search of the historical regalia in regards to Mars and abandoned facilities and has found multiple instances of the term doom.
He's not inaccurate.
Would we have heard any stories, rumours, even urban legends of weirdness on facilities in corporate Mars?
Give me an history check, Larry. As you know, all them times you spent in the jungle pretending to be Rambo, the President of the United States.
Strong start. It's a solid roll. What's my plus on it? What's history based off? Intelligence. That's a strong 6.
Cool. Doom rings a bell.
Doom.
I've got a Doom theme stuck in my head now.
The word eternal, Doom, the number 2. Not Jean's number 2, I mean Doom number 2.
Al Urban, The Rock. It's a very good movie. You should go and watch it after this session.
You're a liar. Don't misinform me.
I am not. That first person sequence of 5 minutes is well worth it. The rest of it, not so much.
Better done in Gamer. Doom is awful. I'll fight a man to the death who says Doom is a good movie.
Back in the room.
So, how long do we have until we ship out?
Well, it'll take us a couple of days to get to Mars, I imagine.
Yeah, so Jean, you're very aware, obviously you heard when you were not taking a crap, about the gateways. They are the common thing. They use these gateways and some sort of gamma technology to use these wormholes that they found many moons ago. In 2035 actually, so 50 years ago. For your character, mate, if page 140 to 141, that's the off-world colony and Scramble for the Stars lore. Jean would probably know a fair amount. It's all basic and well known to people. Being a bit of a Stars fan and a pilot, wannabe pilot, I assume your character would have been a bit nerdy about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, cool.
As well as the player. So yeah, so feel
I like
free
how you
to
corrected yourself as well. You said, a pilot. Sorry, wannabe pilot.
So yeah, so feel free to know that stuff, mate, as Jean.
Okay, cool.
Everyone else will have to roll, but if you wish to read it, it'll be easier for me to answer. I rolled a nat 20, page 141. Next, roll, let's go.
I see you've learnt from Saturday.
Yes.
I don't know about the rest of you three, but I'm happy to pass the time unless anyone's got any specifics they want to do. Take things easy until we get there.
That is my plan.
Is there any
Might
crew?
have a
Is
chat
there any
with Maria about coffee.
Is there any crew on board who we could maybe ask why that facility is abandoned, or if they know anything?
You
about
are
it?
on a cargo ship.
No, it's gonna be. It's not flying. Is it flying itself? I imagine there's a crew.
Yeah, there's crew. You have the labour staff. You will have the captains, the petty officers, the
Surely someone on here might know something about
the specialist. Yeah, there's loads of people that work. They're in their like burgundy uniforms.
Yeah, I'll find one.
I mean, you'd have to leave the cargo area to go find other folk.
So 2 things. 1, Maria said, don't leave this area. 2, right, let's not go telling everyone the ship or giving hints about what we're doing. That's a really bad plan. This isn't a city where you just pick up random information. These people are working for a corporation that we have been effectively snuck onto the arse end of as a favour. Let's just lie low, accept what we've got, and we'll respond as we need to when we get there.
Right, just not overly keen on being blasted towards a facility that's been left to rot for a reason and without any way off for 3 days.
F1.
Well, we can always leave. We just won't get picked up for 3 days.
Are you a competent hacker?
Yeah. Okay. What do you want?
Would it not be feasible that you could use one of the ship's computers to find the research facility and then details about it?
Well, that depends on whether this particular ship or corporation has had anything to do with that particular, well, either with Nightingale or with that particular facility. If you can find me a computer that's not within taking the piss range, yeah, I'll give it a go. But let's try not to get caught.
Understood. There we go. Larry, you now have yourself a semi-mission.
Let's do or do not. There is no try.
I've definitely done a lot of do not in since I've met you lot.
Some little green guy just runs past.
I couldn't ignore that setup.
I don't know if anyone else has got anything they want to do over the next couple of days till we get there, but we happy just to lie low in here then and take it easy for a couple of days, or
Give us a perception check, Larry. In fact, all of it. Give me a perception check.
these dice going in the bin. I swear to Christ.
You need to get some more from Bardic Inspirations, but
I can see a cargo bay.
cool.
I can see it. A solid 10 for me.
I can see clearly.
Now, Chase has
22
gone.
turned
What?
down.
Alright, 22.
13.
We get a different dice out.
18.
13.
Oh, 13.
1 3.
So, Larry,
I got a 6 just to complete.
Larry, Jean, and Philip, you're not overly paying attention to what's going on around. Alex, you notice Larry's got a bit of a fan base. People are looking at Larry and they're nudging each other, pointing in Larry's way and stuff. Some people are like shaking their head in disbelief and sort of leaning to stare a bit closer. And there's definitely a bit of recognition flying around a small clump, maybe about 20 of the crew of this particular cargo hold staff that are now quite happy, excited sort of thing to see Larry.
Unit known as Larry,
Yeah.
are you famous in any way whatsoever?
I'll look over my shoulder and see what he's on about.
Give me another
There-
perception roll. Not you. Oh, sorry, Alex. I thought you were rolling.
8.
8. You look over his shoulder, but there's nothing glaringly obvious. There's a crowd of people, but you don't seem to notice them staring at you deliberately.
Not sure what you mean, Alex. I mean, don't think so. Not as far as I'm aware.
As you turned round, they went back to what they were doing nonchalantly, but now that you have turned back to face me and speak to this unit, they are once again pointing at you and smiling and winking and nudging each other. This unit is wondering if you are famous or infamous enough to have caused this amongst the crew.
Yeah, I was quietly to Alex like a couple of years ago. I had a bit of a run in boxing circuits. I had a few fans back in the day, but
This unit believes that you have several fans on board this ship.
I mean, they're probably better off than thinking they've got the wrong guy. I don't want. It's not a time or place for the attention.
This unit believes that it is past this time for attention. They have already noticed you. In fact, several of them are getting notepads out and pens and look like they're about to approach you for an autograph.
Make mistakes. I'll just say it's not me.
Understood.
Cool. As you two are having a conversation, you hear one of them, Alex, you notice that he's almost, this guy's pals, the lads and lasses around him, are sort of like pulling him back as if to say don't. And he's like, no, and he just shouts, "Assassin!" Larry, the last time you heard someone shout "assassin" at your way was during the ring introductions.
I'll turn round and look confused, like, sorry?
Cool. Give me a deception check. Not deception. Yeah, deception. Well, I roll my sense motive.
I'm sure I have.
Oh, you mean the Marines, well trained in?
Oh no, I've got. I'm better intimidating than other than. Never mind. I'll do. Oh, am I doing deception?
Deception, yeah.
I hate my life.
You
Strong
might
5.
You might.
I've not rolled over. I've rolled the highest I've rolled in 5 rolls is a 10.
So I got a 6. The sense motive. I can't believe you got a 5.
Oh, you utter
They. I was like, all right, well he's done that. 5. You what? So, you turn around and like across the way, like, sorry, what? and then he just blanks that response and goes back to his pals, and he's like, and you can see them, whatever they're saying, they're clearly convinced that whatever idea they had regarding you is true.
I'll just I won't make any kind of acknowledgement. I'll kind of keep my back facing that way, and for the most part just ignore it.
So you notice also that Jake is sat reading the old books, magazines that he got on the way in, with the old service manuals and stuff, that he asked if he could have a look at from Maria and that. So he sat just off to one side, he's kind of zenned out and just reading through them, and has not interjected in any way. So you're keeping an eye on that, Larry?
Yeah, I'm not going to engage him. If I don't want him talking in the background, but I'll keep my back to him and just kind of stay pretty indifferent to it.
Cool. Jean, you wanted to speak to Maria?
Yeah, just like, not like to go out of her way to speak, and it's literally a benign chit chat, ask her opinions on coffee, you know, ask her if she's ever been to San Francisco, that sort of thing.
Yes. She has been to, sorry, the baby is crying. Yes, she has been to San Francisco, and her love of jelly bean coffee kind of sets her off when you start talking to her about it, and she just starts reeling off. Oh, I love the lemon ones, and then the fudge ones, and the chocolate ones, and the watermelon ones, and then the coffee flavoured jelly beans for ice. It's incredible. It's like 2 flavours of coffee in 1 cup, and she's just off. It's like you've hit a button.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just let her run. At the point at which she kind of finishes ish, I'll sort of say, so where did you first try it?
In Dubai, actually. Pavan, actually. It's like my flowers. He don't buy me flowers. He gets me jelly bean coffee. We had a bit of a one nighter, and he kind of like a sick puppy. But you know, look, I've not. It's probably more than a one nighter, but I don't really know. How do you know Pavan?
We go way back.
Yeah, that must be. He's called in a big favour for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time. When I was when I did my stint up here, he was someone I met then.
Oh,
going back over 10 years then.
What were you doing up here?
Trying to fly out into the stars.
Oh, the arm. I showed you my I remember now. Well, now you're in the stars, aren't you? We're flying away. It's going to be a couple of days out here. Trip to Mars is going to be rough.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
The pods are sturdy though. We've done loads of practice runs with them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it to one of the other guys to fly this time.
They survive hangar doors.
Yeah. The auto shot, mate. There's no manual needed. Manual override. Yes, I will. No, you won't, John. No, you won't. So, yeah, well, you get out into space, and I would just look after yourself. If Pavan's pulling favours for you, obviously cares about you.
Well, cheers, Maria. We will do. And yeah, no, he looks out for me. I look out for him. That's the way it works.
I notice you're packing as well. And she sort of like nudges to some of the weaponry. I don't suppose you could teach him how to fight. Last time I seen him, he looked rough as. He says he got jumped coming out of one of the pubs. He never goes to a pub. That was his first mistake.
Yeah, he had a rough trip in San Francisco last time he was there. Shocking. He went into the wrong bar.
Do you know? Well, he's all right. He's back home now. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'll try and take him aside for 1 or 2 lessons when I get a chance.
That'd be great. Just teach him a duck or something. Do you know what I mean? Right. Well, unless you need what else.
I think he's going to need a little bit more help than ducking, but I'll certainly work on it with him.
All right. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is that over there? And she points towards Larry. Is that the assassin?
Do I know him by that name at all?
Give me a history check. I'll let you decide of how much Jean was into the prize fighting sport.
How big is prize fighting in this world? Like, is it as popular as modern day boxing, or is it got
Apparently huge in the blue collar workers.
Depends on where you're fighting, mate.
15.
16?
15.
15. Did Jean have a love or interest in it growing up during his...
No.
Cool. So, you obviously know, I mean, Larry's already said that he used to swing for a couple of quid. Not Brokeback style, fight style. And so you know that he's got some sort of... You've already seen someone ask him for an autograph.
Yeah.
And so you can put... You're an intelligent chap, despite 14 sessions saying otherwise. But you kind of piece it together that he's got some sort of name about him. Maybe not these days, but he's definitely known in his area of expertise. His name, the Assassin, you probably don't know it outright, but again, switched on enough to go, it's a nickname, it's fighters, they all have nicknames. That's probably Larry's nickname. Or it was his job in the Marines, who knows?
Like, I mean, I've never heard him call himself that, but he was... I mean, if that was his boxing name, maybe. I know he used to fight.
Oh, yeah, so it is. Oh, when I was a little girl, I seen him fight. Crazy good.
Yeah, he's still got a hell of a swing.
Yeah, I might try and set some up later. Now I'm off. I've got stuff to do.
I mean, I can put in a good word for you, like, if you...
We've just got. I mean, we keep ourselves busy, and a lot of them are into it. And like, they've got posters, they've got nano posters all over the place. Like fighters, old and new. I'm not saying he's old, but he's old.
Well, just go easy on him if you plan to introduce yourself. He's still got a bit of a sore back.
Oh. So he kind of looks confused for a moment. I will, thanks. Right, I'm off. I've got stuff to do.
Cheers, mate. Take care.
You too. And she goes around with her clipboard again and starts, nano clipboard, obviously, and starts ticking boxes. Philip, you doing anything? You're eyeballing a computer, yeah? So give me a perception check.
13.
13. So of 14 of the consoles in this immediate cargo hold area, you reckon they're basic as and are more localized to open door, release oxygen when everything goes to shit, that sort of stuff. Yeah. You reckon if you pull one out your ass, you might be able to use one of these consoles to hack the main network of the ship. But it'd have to be some skills, or go find one on the actual main network, and then you should have an easier time with it.
I turn to 413X and go, well, half these computers around here don't look like they'll be able to connect to anything. I could probably, if I'm proper lucky, give it a go to hack into the main computer through one of these, but I don't know. What do you reckon? Give it a go or not?
Understood. This unit will see if it can locate a better computer for you.
Cheers.
Are you remaining within the cargo hold, Alex?
No.
You're going to leave the cargo hold, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So Alex leaves the cargo hold. Larry, do you do anything with your little crowd?
I'll kind of just look over and nod in their direction, and just kind of go back to looking at some non-existent or checking some non-existent equipment, looking through their gear, and just looking vaguely busy.
Larry,
yeah.
If 413X does locate a better computer, considering some of these people look like they might be interested in you, giving them a bit of the gun show might be a really good distraction to be able to get out the cargo hold to get to this other computer that 413X may or may not find.
Oh, you're gonna need.
I have no idea. I haven't heard
like
back.
it. It's better than the false promises we normally get. Honesty will get you far.
Oh, shucks.
It's like insurances can fly a plane full of shit.
I've heard.
Right. I was trained how to fly a plane.
You're not here.
Or remove a battery from a plane. or negotiate with an indigenous life form that's full of radiation.
Previous life. I mean, if it comes to it and you need some time without the eyes on you, I can see what I can do, but I don't know how long I can buy you.
That's all right. We'll see.
This may come as a bit of a shock to you, but I'm not great with the crowds.
Really? Blows my mind. That does.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if 413X gets in touch. If he doesn't, don't worry about it.
Alright.
If he does, I'll give you the nod or something.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Alex, as you head towards the back end, so you obviously came on the main back door of the freight. I mean, the inside of here is about the size of a rugby pitch. So you go across to the other side of it, and there are several doors that lead further into the ship. The immediate one next to you doesn't seem to be taking any identification pass or anything. It's just on sensor as approached. Seeing it open as people are passing in through, you can see that it's the canteen area of this particular cargo hold. But then the one next to it, there's a longer corridor that is taking an ID swipe pass. Give me a perception check.
24.
The passes that are being used, and that you start like looking around everyone, there's only about 12 people that you've seen so far that go through this door. It seems to be a generic pass rather than anything personalised. It seems as basic as the ones that you used to just get through those cargo doors down on Earth, but just with a less dusty. But they seem to be, you lot use these rather than Bob uses this or Susie uses that. So swiping one would get you
Sleight
out.
of hand to see if I can.
Go, sleight of hand.
24.
Cool. You explode and then
Hey!
reform on the
yeah.
other side of the door with a pass in your hand.
I want your dice, man.
You
That's where all my good rolls go. Somehow James gets them.
it's karma, my friend. It's karma. So
if
you,
it helps, the lowest I've rolled is a 13.
That's the
So-
highest. That's not as high than
Mate,
my highest.
on a D12. That's how good his rolls are. So you manage to just bump into one of them, and as you've done many times in your life, you sleight of hand and remove the pass from them. Obviously, you've probably got a finite amount of time before they realise and start looking for it, but you can get through that door now.
Okay. I'll make my way through the door. That's no problem.
Cool. There's people everywhere as you're pointing around and you're just making your way through. You nip the door past the zoom, and it just lets you through. You step through and you see people see you do it. Like there's no way you can not be seen. They're all in uniform. You are not. And you step through into the corridor. Straight ahead of you is glass walls and a glass door, and the only thing that is not see-through is the rim of the doorway. It's like a matte black seal, rubber seal, that edges the door frame. Sorry, and you can see it going up and up and up. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 door sections that you see going up this ship. It is long, incredibly long, and you see more areas coming off to the left. Because it's almost, you can't see anywhere that's not see-through on these next sections of walls.
Am I literally seeing out into space?
Not yet. No,
Oh, okay.
that the final wall is the wall of the ship.
Right.
But
Okay.
this immediate area, imagine there are several rugby pitches, glass walled off, so you can see into them. But because it's so long, it's like looking across It's like looking across a busy car park. You can just see so much clutter that you'd struggle to actually section stuff out, and the glass walls just disorientate that look, even with your keen perceptive eyes. The cargo stuff here seems to be more expensive, more VIP, more well looked after. The stuff in the back is stuff that you throw in the boot of the car. The stuff that's in front of you seems to be what you'd put a cushion round so it doesn't break when you hit a speed bump. It's been well positioned. The mag locks are locked perfectly at all four corners. The strapping, there's just extra strapping. It all looks brand new compared to some of the stuff where you've just come from. Looks like it's been used several thousand times. Right. So, turns out music on a spaceship is really hard to get right.
If you're playing the Alien theme tune, probably.
Oh yeah. So, like I say, you can see that this is probably where the more expensive stuff gets stored. A couple of doors in front of you, though, you notice that there is a stairwell that goes up. You notice in the larger, like rugby pitch-sized sections, that there is tubular chutes that go up, and you can see small platform lifts that go up and down to the floor above you. Coming down from the floor above, you can see people that walk. You're not on a military vessel, so they're very calm and casual, pottering around, but they clearly have authority about them in each of these sections. Bear in mind, you're right at the front, so what's going on right at the end, you've no idea, but these immediate two maybe on your left, you can see, you're able to pick out them two as different sections. But the people that are coming down those tubular lifts, single platform lifts, have authority in these sections. Just through reaction, people's body language, you can see that. I mean, yeah, bloody 40 years in military, you understand authority or authoritarian figures. But yeah, it seems that the immediate section on your left, there's no armed people, but then going forwards, there's a couple more that are a bit more well armed, and you assume that there's now money involved. You quickly work out that these sections are privately hired cargo holds for, similar to yourselves, hitching a ride. And you notice now that, give me a perception check actually.
20.
20?
That was a 12 roll.
Yes! On a D6. So you notice that there are Tusk Interplanetary logos on some of these containers. You notice that there is Nightingale Exploration, and you notice that there is, where is it? One Aerospace. So they've all, you would assume, paid for their private little sections to hoist stuff wherever they're going. You're doing a similar thing, so it's not like it's, ooh, shock horror. And you probably guarded some of this sort of style of cargo distribution back on Earth. So, what do you wish to do now that you've had that in front of you? There's nobody in the immediate corridor in front of you.
Okay. You said there was a staircase.
2 doors through, yeah.
Okay.
So you've just to add, you've an immediate door on your left that goes into that section, and then each left-hand side to that section, that section, that section. So you're in a corridor and everything's on your left.
But so there's nothing on my right?
Just a wall.
Okay.
There might be something beyond it, but nothing that you can
but
see.
it's just all, there's no doors or anything?
No.
Okay, I'll carry on down until I get to the staircase.
Right, so the first door you get to, you use your pass, and it doesn't let you through. It just bips red. No alarms go for anything, just bips red. You can see people in the sections, and you are smart enough to know that other doors may use other passes. But the only door, so there is another door to your left that goes into that first section.
I guess I'll have to try that then with this pass.
It obviously works. And you are now into that first section, which is currently hired by One Aerospace. Oh shit. Dropping stuff. And in there are 3 crates. There are maybe 6 to 10 people that you've seen so far. Again, 3 crates, rugby pitch sized section. I can't find it.
When you say crates, are you talking like a
Shipping
metre by a
containers.
metre?
No, I mean shipping container,
right, okay.
Yeah, like a small 7.5 ton lorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Shipping container is a better description.
Okay. Can I see any way out of here other than the door I've just come through?
You can see 2 tubular platform lifts at the back end of the rugby pitch that you saw the authoritarian type come out. So these 3 shipping containers are apart, so like 22 line, halfway 22 line. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a few people walking around. It doesn't look like they're heavily guarded. Most of the people walking around seem to be probably better paid staff than those. They are in the burgundy, but you can see the One Aerospace logo also on their uniform. But their uniform does match the colouring of where you've just come from.
Okay. In which case, I'll try and make my way down without being spotted, I guess, to the lifts.
Cool. Give me a stealth check. It's going to be hard because you stick out like a sore thumb.
Disadvantage?
Just a high DC.
25.
Oh shit. So you managed to, you believe, you just sort of walk towards the first crit, that shipping container, and as people start to turn to see, you sort of put it between you and them, and you're kind of now not hiding, but just using those blocks, that blockage of sight, line of sight. You're blocking line of sight. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got tagged as someone teaching English earlier. Christ. So you use the shipping containers as a block to their line of sight, and you make your way, just timing it, full on Metal Gear. As everyone's just passing, you just then go. You even come back a couple of times, and you start following their pattern, and are almost like pirouetting around these containers, and somehow manage to get to the far end unseen, or at least unseen for the next minute or two, you reckon, but just by the way they're pacing around their containers, you hide in a cardboard box. But the platforms, it's fine, it's gone. It's killed a guy, but it's disappeared now. And you see the 2 tubular platforms, big enough for even someone Chase's size, but definitely for one person, going up and down. They're currently down because the 2 people that came down in them are walking around talking to the staff.
I'll step on one.
You step on one. Okay. Give me a.
Well, I presume is it like a lift? You're supposed to step in and push a button, or?
There's no buttons. It appears that whenever they got on it, they stood on it and it went up. It does not go up when you stand on it. So give me a technology roll, just straight technology.
13.
13. Yeah, it'll work. It's fine. About 5 seconds pass, it does not shift, and then it starts slowly going up. And you can see them disappear. As you go up onto the next floor up, there is a lot more spread going on here. It's more glass walls and opaque walls, like sectioning off now, so you can't see as much. But it feels like almost what's the word? When you're at an airport and the duty free, boom, and you walk out. And there's so much up here. It looks clean and fresh. Bear in mind, the outside of the ship looks like a bloody double-decker bus painted up to go into space. You are, but inside it's really well laid out. There is obviously a lot more money goes into these things than first anticipated. Larry would probably pass out if he came up here. But you can see there are like a recce room. There is a lounging area. There's a restaurant area. Probably not as good as the stuff you saw in like Dubai's port and that, but this restaurant's not bad, you know what I mean? And you can see various rooms that have got a lot more technology in them than the others. Like, what's the thing? Shouldn't have took you into space. So the tech room is like your Apple shop. It's just full of gadgets and gizmos, stuff that you've seen Philip and Sparks have. Augments, but smaller ones, not the large limb ones, more for eyes or cosmetic augments. You know, you want blue eyes or rainbow coloured hair and stuff like this. There's a very aesthetic look about this tech room. There is a small library attached to this place next to the tech room that again is more just digital downloads, audible in 2185. We'll call it Nanable. And yeah, it's a very nice area up here. What you do notice is there's signs up here, whereas there wasn't down on the cargo bit, and bridge is at the top of these lists of, you know, tech room, recce room, and there's no official about the names. They're just very generic of go that way if you want to chill out, come over here if you want to buy something. You know, there's no like Unit A, Salon Divas. I don't know if that's the thing. But yeah, the bridge is far to the front of the ship, and you are currently at the back. Like you went into the first lift and up. As you step out, you notice the people up here their uniform is the same colouring, but it's very trim and better made, and they are walking around. But you also see a fair amount of civilians, not on holiday, more passenger. So it's not like they're up here for the giggles, but they are enjoying a bit of R&R. So whether they're off-duty staff or hitching a ride like yourselves but paid good money for it, you're unsure.
Do I blend in?
Give me a people check.
Well, I get -2, but it's a 17.
Cool. So you reckon you blend in with your ninja skills. So yeah, you don't stand out in the sense that, you know, armed or anything. Some people are armed up here. The only thing you probably stand out more that you do take a personal note of is no one else looks synth-like. And I get that you could go full-on humanoid looking, like human looking, but no one's obviously a synth up here, or on this deck at least. But the bridge is far to the end. Now, give me an investigation check as you're looking for a computer.
17.
17. So you reckon in the tech room where they sell everything, probably conversations with Sparks, Philip, or other people skilled in that area back in the day. You reckon that if you could get Philip onto that computer in the tech room, or at least the consoles and data pads they're using, they have to get their information from somewhere that's unlikely to be local, so they've probably got, I don't know, administrative rights or a path out for themselves to get the latest whatever they need, patches and software for their augments. So there's probably a VPN or something you can nail and jump on and a tunnel out, or you get him onto the bridge. But you reckon this is a good place to hijack the traffic? Would be here, less likely in the restaurant.
I'll radio to F1 L1P on the internal comms.
Cool.
This unit has located where it believes you'll be able to patch into the network traffic.
Awesome. Whereabouts is it?
Navigating here was slightly tricky. It requires going through at least 1 to 2 security doors, navigating past at least 8 to 10 individuals that are on semi-high alert, and then taking an elevator shaft up. This unit suggests the cardboard box method.
Of all of the things I've packed, a cardboard box is not one of them. For your average bloke, how easy do you reckon it would probably be to get there?
Alex, you hear a voice. Excuse me, can I help you? And as you turn, you see a very short, but I say good looking, but just some Chase probably would. About late 20s, very dark brown eyes, dark olive complexion, straight red hair, as in bright red, not ginger red, just the colour red. Short hair just past her chin. She's got a earpiece in, and you can just hear a radio station going on. You can't quite remember or hear where you've heard it before, but she's definitely listening to something musical with people talking and stuff, but you just hear the mutterings of it. But you do notice that her name badge says Chief Petty Officer Arminda Buson. And it's 9:30, so we're going to have a break. As Stealth 101 Alex is up on the top, the upper deck. So right, we're going to have a break, guys. Thank you very much for tuning into part 1. It's a little bit less chaotic than the previous sessions, as we finally got to a bit of a quieter bit. But yeah, so stick around with us. At the break, you're going to see the 48-hour challenge that I put before, that gives you details on where to go, how to donate, etc. If you want to find out more about the charities, Mind Charity, Rainbow Trust Charity and Mermaids Charity, mental health and polykids and Rainbow collectively stuff, go on to Google them. Will give you loads of information of why they do it, what they're doing it for, what they're doing with the money they get, and all this palaver. Look it up. Really great charities. At the end of the month, we're going to do a 48-hour stream. We're going to do loads of gaming, and you can watch us. You can throw money at us. You will be lots of little stuff, throwing bits and stuff like this. And we're going to raise as much money as we can for those 3 charities. If you look at Sawdust and Swearers, so if you look at Philip's screen now, he's holding up a dice tray, a little bit higher. Dave, a little bit higher. It's different on the overlay, mate. There you go. You can win that. So you have to... Every £2 you donate, your name goes in a hat. So if you donate £10, you get your name 5 times in the hat. At the end of the 48-hour stream, I'll draw a name out of the hat, and the winner gets that. If you're going to donate via Just Giving, please make sure that you don't do it anonymously, otherwise I'll take it as a donation. Please don't leave the note blank, otherwise I'll take it as another donation. Please stick in there, this is for the tray, the word tray, anything just to alert me that you're putting your couple of quid in to have a crack at winning that dice tray. Same goes for if you click on the donation button below the stream. It will go into the Twitch account, at which point I'll have to manually move it to the donation, to the Just Giving page. So if you're just donating, please make sure you put the name of the charity you want me to put that money into. And if you're having a go at the dice tray, again, pick a charity if you could. If not, I'll pick one, but make sure that you put this is for the tray. And we'll do that. So yeah, so remember that's not getting drawn until the end of August. Right, we're going to have a quick break to grab a drink in the toilet, and then we'll be right back and see how Alex handles this social situation with Chief Petty Officer Arminda Buson.
Social situations.
Our group's biggest adversary.
Right.
Unsociable.
See you in a bit, kids. Right, we are back, I believe. Right, so you should be able to hear us. Sorry we're a bit later than normal. I was doing stuff that took longer than John. Right, so uncovering the... You need to lift it higher. The overlay, the secrets of the Red Planet. Look at that. I guarantee none of them are on this planet.
Well,
maybe the volcano.
Could you just point us at where we're going?
The western edge, mate.
Have you got what? Like an ordnance survey map of Mars we're going to follow? Doing that DOV gold across...
Yes!
I just use Google Maps.
And Wikipedia.
Honestly, I'm honestly not actually sure of the orientation of this relative to the equator and poles of Mars.
The volcanoes in the southern hemisphere.
It doesn't. Yeah, but I'm not sure.
If you hold the book upside down, it's the right way around.
Yeah.
He's
Flat Earthers!
I'm happy I found it because I couldn't find it when I nipped out earlier.
Was it in the loo?
Yeah,
No.
she's reading material. Right, welcome back, guys. We're going to crack on with part 2. The music's back on, so Grace, I know it says GM, but I always want to say Grace JM. Grace J. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so let us know if the music's loud, quiet, etc. Part 2 of Carbon 2185, our Cyberpunk campaign. It is 5th edition rule set reskin for Cyberpunk, written and with a lovely little personal spin on it from Dragon Turtle Games. If you go to their web store and use the code WAITE, W-A-I-T-E, you'll get 10% off and you can buy lovely books. They are really early on in their journey. They got kickstarted at the end of last year, so they've got a ton of stuff that they're going to be kickstarting, I would assume, as soon as the madness of the world starts letting them. But yeah, so they've got a lot of stuff coming. More Carbon 2185 stuff, Solar Punk stuff, a fantasy one they've got coming as well. It's ridiculous. They've got a lot of stuff that they've got planned, so keep an eye out for Dragon Turtle Games doing more stuff. Right, this lot, they are on a cargo ship. Heading, where it's heading, they do not know, but it is giving them enough time to, once they get the opportunity, or when they close in on their destination, they are allowed to borrow one of the pods to navigate themselves to the surface of Mars, to the mountain or the volcano known as Olympus Mons in the southern hemisphere of Mars, where they will enter a abandoned facility once owned by Nightingale Corporation, or Nightingale Exploration they're called. They're a mega corp. The Crown Estate of Britain/UK has made a deal to allow this lot to go in there and retrieve the assets from the R&D department. What that asset is, they've merely been told is the only thing left there. So, you know ish where you're going from Jean's reading up of the files. Larry seems to have made, well, not made, but is quite obvious that Larry is known to quite a lot of the cargo lot, being an ex-prize fighter that he is. And Alex and Philip are doing a bit of back and forth, as Alex has gone looking for a console or something Philip can plug into to hop onto the main network of the ship and get some details on the facility on Mars. And we left it with Chief Petty Officer Arminda Buson, with her very short red hair, very straight short red hair, speaking to Alex. And she had said, "Excuse me, can I help you?"
I'm gonna see if Alex is still left the line open and be like, 4138, what's up?
This unit has encountered difficulty in navigating this area. Could you assist?
How so, mate? You're gonna have to be more specific.
Excuse me. Excuse me. She taps you.
Yeah, that's what 413X says to her, and to
Oh right,
Philip at the
right.
other end.
I thought you was talking to
Nope,
Philip.
nope.
I
Now
was-
we're
I
gonna
was-
have two conversations.
All right.
Break out the RPG, boys.
So you say
We're
to
going.
you say to Arminda, you're having trouble navigating up here, yeah? How so?
This unit is looking at this area and wondering why there are so many civilians.
What? Why are there civilians on a cargo ship?
They've paid for transport, and some of them are off duty and will be relaxing for the next couple of months before they are turned back to shift work.
So this unit has gone to the recreational floor of this ship.
Of a sort, yes. I don't
And
recognise
these shops
you
that are here, what are these shops for?
buying things. I've not seen you up here ever. Do you work
Aiden.
down below? Yes, Philip.
Can I hear like mumbles of a lady?
Alex,
talking?
if Alex allows it, you're on loudspeaker, or at least he can allow you to hear what she's saying without her hearing you.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's open, but you're silenced from her.
I turn to Larry and be like, I think he's encountered issues.
What gave
I
it
mean,
away?
he's letting me listen.
The fact that he said I've been gambling issues. Yes.
It's like having a coded message
Yeah.
that works.
And I'm letting Larry know it's fine.
Cool.
This unit is from the lower deck. Yes, this is this unit's first time on this vessel.
How did you get on the vessel? Like, what are you here for? Are you?
This unit was looking for somewhere to relieve itself. However, this unit does not seem to be able to find any facilities here.
There are plenty of facilities downstairs. If you head back towards wherever it was you were working. You say unit. Do you have a number or a name or any identification I can take a look at?
This unit's designation is, and then lists a barcode serial number.
It appears as though she takes it in.
And keeps going and going.
Okay. And she waits for you to finish. And then she starts the data pad on her forearm. She starts like flicking, like she's scrolling. You're just letting her scroll?
Has this unit dissuaded you from your work priority?
My work priority is currently being worked.
This unit is rather confused by your statement.
Or she's on to you, run away.
That's fine. Unit, and she reels off your barcode back to you perfectly. And you can see the brows furrow a little bit as her as she starts struggling to find the number on her. She's still scrolling, so there's clearly a lot of information on there. You are not a stupid synth. You are a very bright synth, and are aware that she isn't going to find you on her list.
I turn to Larry and just be like, so what I was saying earlier about some form of distraction and like gun show and stuff like that. I turn to the crowd of workers in the cargo bay down where we are, and I try and find the biggest guy, like height-wise guy there out of the crowd, and be like, I'd challenge him to a punch-up, like for funsies.
Who's still in this immediate cargo bay? Is it everyone bar unit A1?
The cargo bay, other than Alex, it's full of staff and crew and that, mate, and yourselves, obviously. I mean, a lot of this is happening simultaneously, so you'll have to...
I'll turn to the crowd and say, you remember the Assassin Days, yeah?
And they all sort of hang on the next word.
I turn around and punch John in the face.
On a second, I'm not there.
Sean is with Maria. As I said moments ago, everything's happening simultaneously. But if you want to run across the rugby pitch size Skyward thing, flying Superman punch Sean.
That would be beautiful.
Who's near me? Yeah, I'm running across the cargo bay.
So you punch someone who looks like Jean next to you. Hurry up, gun show, what are you doing?
I'm going to punch a random civvy. How far away is John?
He's across the field. I say
Yeah,
field.
how far's
The width of a rugby pitch, so what? 50
40
feet?
yards, 50 yards.
Okay,
The yards even.
Flying Superman punch. The flying Superman.
Are you running over and punching John?
Yeah, fuck it, I've committed.
Yeah!
Cool.
Can I get a perception check to see him coming?
You see him coming there, you've no idea he's going to punch you in the face. Unless he's running towards you with his arm up like this and just going, yeah! So,
Can I run an insight? Can I check by his body position and insight? I mean, I'm familiar with melee combat.
no.
Does he look like he's about to tap me?
So,
I
whilst
start
you're,
a chant as he's
whilst
running.
you're talking, that might give it away, Philip.
I would just jog over, like, nonchalantly, and then I'm not going to
So
run, like, arm up the entire run.
So the 20 people, I love that you didn't punch Philip, as Grace has just pointed out. You ran across the rugby pitch to punch John. So
He's got to go and do shit, hasn't he? I can't drop him, and then he's got to...
So, as the 20 or so people were all like staring at you, and you obviously do, I remember my assassin days, and they sort of look at you, and they see you just start trudging across the thing. Sean, you're just coming to the end of that conversation with Maria, and you turn, and Larry's like 5 feet from you, and you're, hey, Larry, give me an attack roll.
Well, I don't have the gloves on, I'll point out.
Well, I assumed you didn't put your full plate on and greatsword to it.
As a reaction, I apply disadvantage to his attack roll.
Give me a sense motive. In fact, no, this is a surprise round. You can do it in initiative after this.
Do I get advantage because it's a prize round?
No, you don't, because you're not a rogue.
I'm just there. Assassin. Assassin.
I might just run on a Sunday evening a solo mission for Alex. You know what I mean? Just stream that bit. A couple of one shots, would it, right?
I was going to say I might nip to the loo. I don't have a Mars book to find.
You're going to Venus next,
14
mate.
to hit.
Yeah, that misses.
So you run up and swing at Jean.
I get 2 attacks in a round. I can use my offhand to swing with the other hand.
Right.
I have 2 weapons fighting.
But you can all swing your left arm. You just get to swing it well.
16.
That hits.
Yeah.
So as you throw the right, as a bit of a jab, because just so you know, Larry's a southpaw. You throw the right as a bit of a jab, but just feint it, and then you come round with the left. As Jean's like, "Hey, up, Larry!" Bam! You punch Jean in the face. How much damage do you do?
Unarmed, 1d4 plus strength.
Yeah. Do you not have a specific thing for your unarmed?
I've never hit unarmed. I've only got the gloves on, which the benefits are from.
Alright, it might just be them then.
Third weapon is the gloves, not unarmed.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you're just normal. I think you roll a d4 rather than 1 plus strength.
Yeah. Is it just 1d4? Do I add strength to it? Cause I don't know.
It's 1d4 plus strength, whereas normal
Sure, we
people
looked it up
is
sometime, didn't we?
1 plus
Okay.
strength, I think.
Plus 1. Oh no, I don't get recoil reduction because it's in dominant hand. Sorry, I've leveled up since. I'm just trying to. Okay, yeah. So that'd be 8 points of damage.
Are you all level 5 now?
Yeah.
Level 4.
4.
Yeah, you've just gone to 4, haven't you? Yeah. So obviously I changed everything to 4. Okay. So how much damage?
7.
7. Cool. Larry, I need to know. Are you initiating combat with him?
I'll step back and go. Come on, Sean. Let's see what you got then. Bit of a warm up.
Jean, are you initiating combat? Are you going to fight back, or are you just giving him a free hit?
I'll start bouncing around on my feet like boxing stance.
I just need to know, because if it's a no, you neither of you roll an initiative. If it's a yes, you roll an initiative.
Roll initiative.
Cool. That's the sort of shit I want to hear. I still would have punched Philip.
Plan is right. You cause distraction. I'll run off. Drop him immediately.
Right.
Oh.
So Larry, what's your initiative?
15.
15. What's your initiative, John?
It's gonna be higher than mine, I imagine.
19, 20,
Yes.
24.
24.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
After he strikes me, I'll just turn around to him and just shout, "Bun Tian Shung Di Da Duanro."
Fuck. off, is what he's just said.
Actually, no, what I just said was stupid inbred sack of meat.
Jesus Christ.
That's my mum's name for me.
With thanks to Firefly.
Oh God. So, we'll keep it alive. Serenity comes bombing across the thingy, blows up in the ship like a leaf on the wind. So Jean and Larry, you get into a bit of a stance. Jean takes the hit and accepts it, and he too takes up a stance. You can hear Philip and that very familiar chant of "Assassin, assassin," as Larry is having a bit of a deja vu moment from the good old days. And the crowd will slowly start to form, but we're now about to enter 6-second bits. So, Jean, you go first, my friend.
I'll sort of just stare at him and just say, "What the fuck are you playing at?" And as I'm doing that, I'm drawing 2 of my knives.
On a hit, an unarmed strike deals bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus your strength modifier.
Sorry, 6 then instead of 7.
And you are proficient with your unarmed strikes.
But for Larry specifically,
I'm very proficient.
Yeah, so
I'm
you get to roll a d4.
So 7, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a modified fighter specialist weapon.
And then I'll bonus action quick heal myself.
So you draw 2 knives, yeah?
Yep.
Knife in each hand. Cool. It's not a street fight, is it, Larry?
It's fine with me.
So,
right,
as you were all doing really well at like keeping quiet and keeping yourselves in the cargo hold and not drawing attention to yourselves, Alex is upstairs about to be red-handed, and you two are about to red-hand each other. So
can I see Dave in the background? Sorry,
you can see Dave. He's writing an autograph out next to
I read your name tag on your disc on your I was just like,
Dave's the guy that asked you if you were the assassin, and Philip nods back.
I'll look to the guy next to Dave, Philip, and go, I'll just kind of give you the subtlest wink nod in the world.
Well, you can do that on your turn. So, Jean, you draw your 2 knives. Oh no, he's going to hit you. He's bonus actioned himself, and I'm assuming he's going to stab you.
Fair enough. I thought he'd healed himself for his bonus.
Yeah, for his bonus.
If he attacks me, I will slash at him with both blades.
You only get to use one.
Okay. If he attacks me, I will slash at him with 1 blade as a held action.
Yeah, cool. So what a held action is you sacrificing your reaction to hit somebody when they trigger your thing. So you don't get your full turn held, you just get held I'm going like an attack of opportunity essentially, is what you'll hold, just for future reference. So, cool. Larry.
Yes.
Jean speaks to you in a language you don't understand. He's quite aggressive about it. The music I've put on has got some sort of weird dark ritual going on in the background, so the viewers at home might hear some like weird priest on a spaceship about to blow something up. The Emperor or something. And so he stands there, 2 knives in his hand. You see the nanites like under his skin, they sort of move up his cheek, and where you cracked him, that slight cut over his eye where you've just hit him just heals up. 133,000 more logs. And you see him hold, and you've seen everyone a million times in the ring, out of the ring, in the forces, like ready themselves to hit or counter strike, etc. It's your turn. Now you can wink at Dave and Philip.
I will wink at Philip, Dave, and I'll just stand there in front of Jean. I'll just say, we've got a bit of time to kill, right? And I'll throw left right at him.
Cool. As you throw the left right, Jean will attempt to stab you. So roll a single attack roll. I mean, unless it drops, you still get to go, Larry.
19.
Hits.
Three, 6 slashing damage.
Cool. I am going to. One second. Just checking something.
Now the crowd, like 6 seconds is nothing, and when you get a mob going, then I'll push it. Even those that weren't part of the 20 are now moving towards the area.
Are they moving? Like, how loud is the crowd being? Like, could like one room over where Alex went to get through the door? Do you reckon they could probably hear as well?
What, through a spaceship's walls, protecting it from space? Maybe.
Fair
You
point.
don't know. You already said you've never been to space.
Can I sort of move in that direction to open the door and be like, oh my god, the assassin's having a punch up?
You can
Like the
indeed
good old
move
days.
towards that door and attempt to open that door. But so that'll be on your turn. So roll initiative.
$17.
Cool. So what are you doing, Larry?
Left, right, him.
Cool. So first one back.
I'm just checking something. I think I'm good. I just want to double check and make sure I don't screw this up.
You don't put your gloves on, are you?
No, I'm not.
cool.
Otherwise, I'll probably kill him.
He's pulled a knife, Larry.
Again, I would probably kill him. Sorry, what were literally 2 seconds? Okay, that's fine. No, okay, yeah, I'm just going to punch him, left, right. So, first hit is a 25.
Yeah, it hits.
Second hit is a 10.
Misses.
Okay, so first hit,
I'm awfully tempted to buy rerolls for Larry.
that's 3, 8, 9 damage with the right. Boom.
Cool.
Back round to Jean. You got a crowd round you now. They're sort of shouting assassin and just shouting, "Come on, let's have you."
Slash with the left hand and then follow it up with the right hand with a stab.
So it's your action first if you wish to use your bonus to stab. But yeah.
Does it count using? So it counts using my bonus to stab, basically.
So you can't use your bonus to attack unless you attack first. So you couldn't you couldn't use an action to heal and then stab. You'd have to attack.
Yeah. I will. I'll stab with my. I'll slash with my left hand first.
So your action, yeah.
With my action before I decide what to do with my
Bonus, cool.
So it's 11, 16.
Hits.
Okay. And that's 6 points of damage again.
What are you doing with your bonus?
I'll quick heal.
Cool. Phil, you're moving towards the door, yeah?
Yeah, I'll start moving the same way that 413X did.
Cool. So you just do your full 30, then dash 60. So you do 60 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. You get there on your next turn, mate, to the door. Cool. You do walk past Marie as she's heading towards the fight. Probably at the same pace you are. Larry?
Yo.
Your turn.
Left, right.
Left, right.
I disadvantage to his first one.
Is this with your reaction, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, it's not. It's not a reaction. It's distraction.
It's not a reaction.
Sorry, it is a reaction. Sorry, yeah, it's a distraction.
Yeah, what I mean is you use your reaction to do it. So
Correct,
if he stepped away from you, you wouldn't get to hit him, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So disadvantage on that first attack, Larry.
With disadvantage, that's a 10.
Miss.
Second strike is a 24.
That hits.
So the team has a reroll as Grace has just donated 200 bits for a team reroll.
So that's another 7 points of damage. I am going to.
You've got your movement left.
Yeah, I know.
no, I'm good. I'll leave it there. I'll just hit him for another 7.
Cool. So back round to Jean. Just wait 2 seconds. Oh! Literally couldn't do that again if my life depended on it. So the DC I set. So the DC I set at disadvantage. I rolled the exact same number on both dice. That is fucking scary. Alex, you hear, so while she is getting closer and closer, you assume to the end of the list that she looks more and more concerned that she can't find your number anywhere. You just start hearing a woo, woo, as a red blinking light starts appearing and around, and then they're in the different rooms. She stops, immediately changes. Give me a perception check to see what she changes on her data pad.
22.
She's immediately opened the cameras, and as you're sort of looking over her shoulder, because she's very shocked, she notices you but then moves it aside, but you did get to see that she'd beamed in on a crowd in the cargo hold that you were originally in. You don't get to see Jean and Larry having a go, but there's some sort of commotion going on that has now completely distracted her from you. She turns to you and goes, "Don't get off the ship," and she starts walking towards where you just come from to get in the lift and go down.
This unit thanks you for your day, Petty Officer, and wishes you well on your investigation of the lower decks for the occurrence that is happening.
Just as she's leaving, she says, "Chief," and goes down in the tube. You are now left up there. She goes
This
down.
unit did not stutter, Chief.
Jean?
Also, that was obviously to F1L1P.
Yep.
Flash for 21, 22. Followed up by a stab for a 16.
Hits.
That's a total of 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Phil, you get to the door. How are you opening it?
I heard what Alex said, or 413X said,
Yep.
through the headset, yeah.
Yep.
I sort of stop at the door and just be like, "Say again?" To Alex.
Cool. On your turn, Alex, you can let me know. I've already got your initiative. So, that's Phil. Larry?
On 2. In fact, I'm gonna try and grapple him. I'm gonna try and grapple him and disable him.
I'm
The
gonna
weirdest
apply- as he tries to
ever.
grapple
He's
me.
a prize fighter, not a boxer.
As he tries to grapple me, I'll sort of spit in his face by way of a distraction. Apply disadvantage.
Can you do that every round?
I can do it a number of times equal to my tech mod.
Okay, cool. Can you do it on attacks or skill checks? What is it?
It's on attacks. If
A-
an
a
ally on me
grapple.
is attacked.
A grapple is not an attack, it's a skill check.
Rent
Okay.
off. I think you're fine, good sir.
So you
basically
can
just try
choose athletics or acrobatics to defend, but Larry must use athletics.
Okay, I'll be defending with acrobatics.
Cool. I'm going to check your
I'll be
thingy as
Dancing
well.
out of the way.
You're a doc, aren't you? What's it called, dude?
Distraction.
Oh, it's just called distraction. Where have you got that from?
Combat medic.
What am I on here? Doc. Ah, here we go. Sorry, mate, I was on the wrong page.
Yeah, it's over the page. I missed it initially.
Yeah, it's an attack roll, so he has to be punching you or attacking you.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Or is it using the attack action? But yeah. Sorry, I missed all the numbers that were rolled while I was looking at them. What did you get, Larry? Or what did you get, Jean? Somebody tell me.
I got 18.
I got 13.
So you are grappled
For my bonus action, can I attempt to disarm? I don't know what the rules are for it because I couldn't find them in the book.
For your bonus action, no. I will say you have to do it on your action.
I will. Okay, for my bonus action,
assuming Sean can't break the.
If I grab him like round the arm and trap one of his arms, with my bonus action, I'm going to punch him in the head.
Can he do that if he's grappling me?
No.
In which case, I will action surge.
You can do it because you're a 2-weapon fighter, but I want to check that.
Right.
Because
if he's using both arms to grapple me, how's he gonna get a punch up?
Two weapon fighting only allows me to add my modifier to damage on the offhand.
It doesn't state. It's the must attack for the other thing. What I'm going to look at. It's enforcement.
Yeah. There's no rules for disarm I can find.
I'm not on about disarm.
So F1 L1P.
Right. So you can't attack with your bonus action unless same rules for everyone. Just means you get your modifier. So with your bonus action, if you want. No, because that means I'm helping. But yeah.
For my bonus action, then I will use second wind and
heal yourself.
That's not great. I'll use action surge and then try and basically, if I've grabbed him by the arms, try and rotate his arms around and make him drop the blades.
So with action surge, you get your action again, and he still remains grappled, so you can. What are you trying to do? Punch him or disarm him?
Disarm him.
Disarm. Cool. Give me a sec.
Grappling doesn't prevent attacks. Grapple just applies the grapple condition. You can still fight while you're grappling someone.
Yeah, no. That's what I just said. No. You're grappled. He could use his legs. He could use anything. He could hold you with one hand. He just won the grapple. Therefore, mechanically, you're grappled.
It stops you moving away. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes your movement 0 mechanically.
Yeah.
So he's essentially doing the old dad on his son's.
Which means I can still.
You can still hit him, mate. You're not at a disadvantage or anything. The only thing you can't do is move.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I don't think there was a disarm thing in here, so I'm just going to look this up.
Yeah, so you might have to house rule a disarm thing.
To go to the tech store to place some kind of a bug so that you can probably then attempt to wirelessly connect to it and then make my way back down.
Cool. Bam bam. Bam bam. Sorry kids,
Well,
I'll be right with you.
But I thought I'd just fill the void. So.
Right with you.
Now, a quiet piano interlude. Unit 13X.
Right, grappling.
There's a single note held down for an awkwardly long time.
Grapple. Dead. Bish. Where is it? Where are you? Fucker. Right, so what are you trying to do? Disarm him. Roll a d20.
Does this count as an attack?
Yeah.
Then it's at disadvantage.
It's not.
Okay.
Oh, it is because you couldn't do it on the grapple check, and it's a new round. So yeah, you can.
I rolled 14 twice. What modifier am I adding to it, if any?
Only add your dex to it.
Alright, 17.
Cool. Roll a d20, Mr. Jean, and add your dex to it.
Am I proficient in disarming?
Don't worry about it.
19.
Cool. You failed to disarm him, but his next attack will be at disadvantage.
Sure. Buying some time.
There you go, that's your action surge.
Yep.
Jean, no round, your turn.
I'll hit him with both blades. So my first attack is at disadvantage, but the bonus action won't be.
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct. And you currently can't move anywhere if you so wished.
That's all good.
No, I would never grapple a guy with 2 knives, I'm just saying.
So
I was hoping to grapple a guy who had no knives, was the plan.
First one was a 9.
That'll be a miss.
Second one was a 15.
On the nose. If it beats it, right?
Yeah, correct. So while you're up close and personal, you get stabbed.
5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Just before you got your go, Jean, by the way. Alex, I know what you're doing bug-wise, but did you reply to Philip and repeat what you said about the chief petty officer coming down the lift?
Did, yes, but I did it without the code this time because she's buggered off. So
Cool.
I'll just relay that the tiny woman of security measure is coming down. She is some kind of chief petty officer, and then I'm going to make my way over to the tech building
Cool.
thing.
What bug are you planning on?
I have a hacking kit, so I presume it has something of use in it.
Cool. Give me a hacking roll.
22.
Cool. You have done missions like this in the past where you have gone in and planted the receiver type tech, which you will use your hacking kit to plug in. I will need a sleight of hand check as well, as you attempt to plug it in without being seen by the staff.
20.
20. 15. Cool. You manage to, from the looks of it, you succeed in pulling a couple of the wires out of the... And as you just stand there, you kind of don't really do a lot, and the staff move away from you and start dealing with some other customers, and you manage to plug in the wires to the back of the data pad, and then you sort of lean the data pad towards you, so it's at an angle, and they can't see what you've plugged in. And you have quite successfully stashed your back door for Philip. There's a sentence I never thought to say. So yeah, Philip.
Brokeback. We'll call it Brokeback.
Operation Brokeback.
Is that the name of the program?
It is now, mate.
Yes.
Back door, Brokeback. Back door. Brokeback. Anyway, Brokeback Mars. So you, Philip, you are aware that someone is on the way of import, and that Alex is going to try and give you a way in. Then John stabs Larry. Then it's your go, Phil.
See, and then John stabs Sparks, something I imagine would happen. This is pretty left field and out of nowhere, but let's just roll with it. It's fine.
What are you doing, Phil?
I'm going to move away from the door and towards the closest of the other computers.
Larry's not going to lose to no educated doctor types.
With 2 knives in his hand, and he's a combat medic. So that's Phil's go. You go up to one of the consoles. That will be your movement and action to get to a console, mate, as you're by one of the doors. And then your next turn, you can start attempting whatever it is you wish to attempt. Or to be fair, you don't even have to do it under duress. You are aware now that Alex has set you a place that when you get chance, you could probably attempt to jump on. Larry.
Yes.
Still grappled, you still get both attacks, etc.
How long of an action, or what part of an action would it
6
be
seconds.
for me to don gloves?
2.3 seconds.
Well, you'd have to, 1, let go of the grapple. Bonus action, but then you'd only get the 1 hit.
Alright, in that case, while grappled, I'm just going to left, right, and without the gloves.
You're just going to
I'll just hold him in the head, like I'll punch him twice in the head.
So one assumes that I become ungrappled as soon as he does that.
Nope. You are
break it
grappled.
turn.
I can hold a man with 1 hand and punch him twice.
Yep. I
can use both hands because, you just rattle him backwards and forwards and punch him with the other one.
Well, get him in a headlock and just punch him twice in the head.
Mechanically, you're grappled, not literally. Mechanically. So yes, he can hit you twice.
Okay.
Hits on a 21 and hits on a 17.
Well, you're applying disadvantage to the first roll.
This is your last disadvantage. This will be your fourth.
Well, you've just saved a nat 20 on the disadvantage, so it's still the same roll as before.
Okay.
So the first one.
Both hit.
Cool. First attack does 7. Second attack does 6. 13
Come on, Larry.
in total.
I've got 1 long riding on you.
I've been nice. I've not got weapons out.
I know. That's why I want you to win. You're totally the goodie.
I'm trying not to hurt him.
Yeah, the gloves go on. Fucking. Here's a heavy revolver to the face. Twice. So, back round. Alex, you've successfully finished that. So, you are able to move, etc.
I'm going to make my way back to the lift. I've done what I needed to do.
Cool, you go down the lift. You see, Philip. The others don't. They're slightly distracted. No alarms went off in the cargo area, just so you all know. You see the doors open and a very short woman, as described before, with the olive complexion and the straight, short, red hair, stalk straight across towards the kerfuffle. You reckon she'll get there in the next 6 to 12 seconds. John? You're still in a bit of a tango.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to trust myself to try and break a grapple from him, so I'm just going to attack him twice again.
To be fair, mate, you're at no real disadvantage by being grappled because you didn't move anyway.
Yeah.
So he tries to run away later.
The first hit is a 22. The second hit is a crit 20 to 25. Double damage. I'm going to max damage that attack. So,
now we've got to fight, boys.
So the first hit does 5 damage. The second hit does 15.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. Of attrition, my money's on Larry. Triple the hit points of Sean. So that's Sean's turn. Phil?
I'm gonna make my way. Yeah, I'll start hacking the computer.
Are you going to try and do it? Alright, cool.
Yeah, if I'm there.
Plug in, give me a hacking roll.
You just used the dice tray, didn't you?
Yeah, of course I did.
Mate, don't be giving me no second-hand bloody...
He has to make sure it works.
Yeah, I've got to make sure
testing.
Can I use the group reroll?
Yeah,
Just,
why not?
asking
Fill your
for a friend.
boots. The only one that's not allowed to use it is Sean, unless it's a piloting check.
And your lives depend upon it.
10.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
You're going on the list, you know that.
So, I get the feeling that somewhere along the way, Sparks was, needed right about now. So you roll a 10. Yeah. So as you manage to find the address of the device that Alex has set up for you, and you hook it up and you make the connection, right? You get the tunnel going. You are now connected to that and using it to hop onto their network. What you also notice is when you hopped onto their network, all of their security was looking at you as you hopped onto their network. Imagine your little avatar Philip emoji running across a motorway and every car on the motorway hitting you on both sides of the barrier. Right? Now I want you to give me... Oh, what are we doing here? Is it mind? It is mind. Give me a mind save.
I'm getting knighted for this, just so you're aware.
Yeah, that's fine. 17.
Cool.
You left me no choice. I could not have a hand.
You could have punched me back.
With anyone. I'd hurt
his face. I prison shank him 9 times.
Philip takes 6 points of psychic damage instead of 12 because he did the save.
Right.
Yep.
We've got loads of hit points. You'll be fine, and I can heal you.
You feel a static. I don't think he's talking to you, but you feel a static charge run through your fingers and hands as they lock to your hacking kit, and you are essentially currently right now locked to that hacking thing, and there's a bit of a glaze going on in the eyes where you are fighting against their hold on you via your hacking abilities and nanites. Just quickly to Mac Therm Nagatha, I may have got all that wrong. Sirenscape is what we use for the background music. They do that should come up, there you go, if you follow that link. They do a fantasy version and a sci-fi version. This is the free sci-fi version. It's not got a lot on it, but some of it's pretty cool. So yes. Where were we? I've lost.
It was a lot.
You're playing Frogger with Philip.
Yes. So,
I'm losing.
you are getting hammered. Wait till I bring out Pong, mate. Larry, your turn.
Is there rules in Carbon for me to put him on his arse, like kick his legs out? And
You mean
knock him
hit him prone?
Yeah. If there isn't, can there be?
Yeah, Rob, if you're ever watching this, please write rules for kicking out people's legs. Yes, Sawdust, yes.
Athletics versus athletics, but you don't get to punch with your bonus action.
No, that's fine. I want to just basically release the grapple and kick his leg out from under him and drop him on his ass.
So, roll an athletics check.
It's my dice train.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, you must. He's celebrating. It's probably not on that one.
We rolled a 2.
26! 26!
Even if I nat this, I'm going to use the metal dice to burn a 1.
To burn a 1. That's brilliant. Not superstitious at all.
I got a 9.
Cool. So as Larry takes your legs from under you, he does indeed release the grapple. Do you stay stood in melee, as it were, Larry?
No, I'm going to take a hop back and use my bonus action to glove up.
Does that means he's technically leaving my melee range?
You're on the prone, you can't take attack opportunity.
He can, he's just at disadvantage. So,
I'll take a slash at him.
Larry's turn. So yeah, so you back off. As you back off, you just lash out with your thing at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, they got rid of 5-foot steps.
Disadvantage, that's a 15.
Just hits. Could have done without that, being honest.
6 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I mean, honestly, Jake's going to come back next week and all 4 of us are going to be in the jail and the whole... He's going to be like, I finished these manuals, guys.
I'm sure
Guys.
doing nothing.
Why am I on Mars? So that's Larry's turn. You're now gloved up, Larry. Alex, you come back down the lift and are making your way across the rugby-esque pitch cargo hold area.
Bubble box.
Cool, I need you to stealth to try and perform the same thing back. Slightly different pattern, seeing as somebody of authority may have told them a few things on the way down.
26.
I got 25. So you managed to, for a very brief... Right. Fucking bastard. So you... not that it's me against you or anything. But you,
It certainly feels like it most of the time.
I just want to catch you. So you get under your cardboard box and off you go, and you manage to slower than before because you now notice that they're kind of aware and looking out for stuff, but you essentially do the same thing where you keep the containers and them between you and make your way back. It will obviously take you a couple of rounds to get back. The chief petty officer you'll start, Larry and Jean, you'll hear it, but a bit more muffled as it's part of the crowd. She's screaming at the crowd in front of her to get out the way, let me through. Yeah. Jean?
Are we surrounded?
Yeah.
So
You're on the floor. Larry, how far did you move back?
Probably 10 feet maximum.
So cool, 10 feet.
There's a couple of shuffles back, just got time to glove up while he's...
I just need to know, because it costs Jean half his movement to get up. You're laid on the floor, John.
Yeah, I know.
In hindsight, 20 feet would have been better, but I've said 10, so fuck it, 10.
That's why I asked.
Well, no, I know. Larry's not an intelligent man.
I actually thought that's why you'd done it, to be fair, lad.
I'm trying not to game it too much.
Rookie.
I will roll backwards off the kind of having been dropped and slashed out. I'll kind of like roll back or roll off to the side to get up to my feet.
So that's half your movement.
Yeah, and then I will run at the edge of the crowd. and I'll say to the crowd I'm running towards.
Is that away from Larry?
Away from Larry.
Oh.
Sean got a bit northern then.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm just trying to think how to word this. Just bear with me 1 second. I will say to the crowd as I'm running towards them, shit, don't let the assassin get caught. Let me through. I'm not putting my knives away. I'm running towards my knives, hoping they're going to make room for me.
There is a slight bit of confusion as they're all up in the thingy.
They're quite happy watching us beat each other to death, let's be fair.
Make a persuasion roll.
Apparently you're really good at this.
It's not intimidating because they don't understand the context of what you're doing.
Oh, I was not trying to be intimidating.
With two
Try and
knives
bounce
running
off the
across.
back wall.
24.
They move slowly, but a little bit reserved, like they don't really know. They're sort of like, okay, a little bit confused as to what's going on. Because of the crowd, only 20 of them actually know who the assassin is. Everyone else has joined in the fight, but
Yeah.
roll me a d4, just to be a twat. Roll me a d4.
Been rolling well on my d4s. That's a 1.
Really well.
Too soon.
Cool. It's not a bad thing, mate. It was just northeast, southwest is all I need.
Okay. I will. I mean,
So they do seem to be going to allow you through, but you've only got
Cool.
like 5 feet of movement left.
Yeah, I'm going to dash
Alright.
with my action. So I'm going to dash through the gap they've created, and as I'm dashing, I will bonus action quick heal myself.
Okay. No. So what I'll say is your persuasion check will be your bonus action, mate.
All right. Okay, fair. That's cool.
Yeah. Because you've done something deliberately to get a response.
Yeah, fair. That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, they let you through, so you get through. What's that, Sean? Phil. You now see lots of code appearing on your data screen, and imagine the Jurassic Park when the kid grabs the thing and he's kind of stuck for a little bit before getting propelled off. You're in the just before the propelled off bit, and you see all the numbers flying across. Every bloody symbol on your keyboard starts popping up, and it goes black. Can you give me a fortitude save? The screen goes black, not your sight. Wait, I might do in a sec actually.
11.
Yeah, it goes. So you, Jesus. So as all the symbols and letters start like rolling down your screen, just you feel it release off your hands, but then your body goes stiff and you black out and you go back stiff as a board, and you just take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you bounce off the thing in a rigid state. You feel very, very cold. Right, that's Phil. Larry, you're gloved up.
How far away is Sean from me at the edge of the crowd?
You could catch him, but you won't be able to hit him.
How far is he?
Well, he could only have moved 45 feet max, and you can move 60.
So I can catch him and hit him, right?
No, if you catch him, you can't hit him. Because once you get to him, you won't have an action to punch him with. You'd have used your action to dash. And because you haven't punched, you can't use your bonus action to punch. You've got to do it.
If I was only 10 feet away from when he got up, and he got up with 30 rounds of movement, he's only going to have at most 15, so he's only going to be 25 away from me at most.
He had 45 feet of movement. Half to get up, which left him with 15. Then he dashed. So 30 plus 15 is 45.
Oh, he dashed. Did he
Plus
dash?
10 feet away from you is 55 feet away. So you're in 60 feet, you could get to him, but you couldn't punch him. That's why I'm the Cyber Master. I thank you.
Whoa!
I didn't know he dashed.
Oh, I feel like a map was drawn somewhere.
I'm going to...
Won't be this game.
like bleeding profusely from everywhere, like stagger to the crowd in a full dash and just shout, like as I'm following Jean to the crowd, I'm just going to shout, "Move, get out of the way."
You do hear Jean shout, "Don't let the assassin get caught." They are already. Give me a persuasion check.
I'd be doing it intimidatingly if I can. Like I'll shout, "Move out of the way." Bear in mind I'm pissing blood from everywhere. I've got knife wounds.
And you're running the way Jean went.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. They're not your fans, so they'll be intimidated. You can do it with advantage because Jean successfully got through. So you're helping each other now.
That is a intimidation. That is 23.
Not 20. They move because you can't crit a skill check anyway. But they begin to move and essentially now part. Whereas Jean went through them and they sort of got the way out of his daggers. Like whoa, whoa! As you're coming through, they now see that they're now going to be in the way of you two. They do part. So with Jean and his daggers and you bouldering through with your gloves on, they do part. Are you running up to Jean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll run up to Jean next to him.
Cool, you are now, as in base to base, as it were. But you only have your bonus action and you can't hit with it.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. I've got nothing I can do with my bonus action.
Cool. It's Larry. So the crowd now reacting to someone of authority from far above their pay grade immediately start to part like school children and all the teachers turning up. Not that I've ever seen that happen. And they start parting like the Red Sea, as you can see the red-haired woman marching into the centre of where you two were fighting, and she shouts, "I demand to know what is going on here." And you see Maria rushing up behind her. Phil, you don't notice the look she gives you because she sparks out. So that's their turn. Alex, you make your way to the door. So you're in that corridor again, mate.
Yeah.
So you better cross to the field and you're in the corridor. So you're not in the cargo hold yet, you're in the corridor. And you still got your little pass. Jean?
So he's run up to me, he's right behind me, and he's got his gloves on.
Yep. Larry, are you intending to punch him?
Maybe, maybe not. We wouldn't know.
Well, that's why I want him to roll.
It's going to be a surprise, Cybermaster. That's what a prize fighter.
I would, yeah, but at the moment I was running to the crowd with the intent of looking like I'm trying to run out from the crowd, but my intent is to punch him in the back of the head.
Cool. You don't need to roll, John. You're still in a fight.
Yeah, cool. I'll stab him twice.
So that's why I didn't want to answer, because it would have impacted his decision.
Uh, 12 and 11. That's he has a 17.
Hits.
$18 points of damage.
I'm down. Bleeding out.
Cool. So you put your two daggers into Larry, pull them out, and he goes down.
I'll bonus action heal myself.
You dick.
Did you not stab him twice?
Yeah.
So
Oh, sorry, that's
you
bonus
only-
action. Yeah. Fair point.
Larry,
Sorry, I forget the second attack uses my bonus action.
Yep, Jean. Phil, you're sparked out in a frozen state. You can't see anything. Larry,
DM.
death saving throw.
Yeah, me running up to him though, like without a sense of motive, he would have no idea that I was going to punch him again. For all he knew, I was just running to follow him out the crowd. That's why I was trying to.
The reason I asked you is if you were going to fake it, he could sense motive and know that it was a charade.
I did. I said I was. Well, I did say I said I was going to fake it. So I was running towards the crowd, but my intention is to punch him without running with the crowd. I literally said I was going to fake it to hit him.
So
That's why I was expecting a sense of
If you were
motive.
faking to hit him, so you're not going to hit him.
No, I was faking. I was running towards the crowd as if I was out the fight and we were just trying to get out.
I don't care about the crowd. The crowd don't care what you two are doing. were you trying to were you gonna hit Jean?
Yes. I wasn't
Yes.
making it obvious that I was going to hit him.
You've already made it obvious. You two are in a fight.
Yeah, but he runs off, and I run towards the same crowd, tell them to move out the way, makes it look like I'm running away, not that I want to carry on the fight. That was the point of it.
So you've run in the same direction of the guy you're fighting, and you don't think the guy thinks you're chasing him.
But if he's running away and I'm running away, I don't know if he thinks it's a plan, he does what he knows what motive is, hence I sense motive.
If you'd run alongside me, yeah, sure. But, but you didn't. You ran up behind me.
So as I've called it,
I'm following you because I can't catch you. You're further ahead of me.
as
I
I've
can't get
called
to the
it,
side of you.
you made no attempt to convince Sean that you weren't stopping the fight. You put your gloves on, which makes Sean think, "Oh shit, he's going for it."
Put the
now.
gloves on the round before he ran.
So only 6 seconds ago, and then you chased after him into the crowd. That
I
doesn't
ran
tell
the
me.
same.
Doesn't tell me you're both running away. I asked you if you was running up behind him. You said yes. I asked you if your intent was to hit him. You said yes. Therefore, nothing has changed in the scenario for Jean to roll. If you said you were going to give Jean a wink, nudge, and convince him that this is fake right now, which you haven't previously.
When you asked, is you intent to hit him? I'm like, well, I'm going to hit him, but I said I'm trying to make it not obvious. Like I'm trying to be deceptive.
No, but it's not how you hit him.
No, I know that. It's how I was running. Like I wasn't running up to him, making it obvious I was going to hit him. If he runs away and I run that direction, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm still in combat. We're still in combat, or it's still an intent to continue fighting. If we're running away from the woman who's coming in from the other side, of course I'm going to run that way.
Well, I've called it differently because I would in that scenario. If I was in a fight with someone, I ran away and they followed me. Unless they gave me any reason to think otherwise, I think they were going to hit me.
Alright.
So, you get stabbed, you go down. Give me a death saving
net
throw.
one.
Cool.
That's 2 fails.
That's 2 fails. The woman starts kicking off. The crowd close around. Currently, the assassin and Jean cannot be seen as the crowd are now looking to the woman to be told off. Alex, do you come through the door? You come through the door. You can see the kerfuffle ahead of you. Past the containers, there's some sort of crowd. Give me a perception check.
26.
Cool. You can see Philip to your left, down on the floor, rigid. He's not laid naturally, he's rigid. And you can see Jean amongst the crowd, just flitting in and out, no sign of Larry. You can see the red-haired woman. Again, when people move around, you can see her in the middle. And you can see Maria now in the middle with them.
How far is Philip from me?
40 feet, maybe? 50 feet?
Okay, my intention is to move over, collect him, and then move over and hide somewhere.
Cool. Phil?
I have actions and bonus actions.
Jean even.
But
Yeah, cool. Jean? Bleeding out Larry in front of you?
Yeah, I'll drop in healing.
Cool. How much healing?
Basically, I'm gonna do enough to stop him bleeding, but I don't want to bring him round.
So you do a medicine check. You need a 10.
So unless I roll a 1 or a 2. Have we got a reroll?
You don't.
no.
It's an 18. We'll get
Cool.
That's a 20.
So Larry's on 0 hit points. Roll a d4, Jean.
2.
Cool. So for 2 hours, Larry will be out cold unless further healing is put upon him.
Cool. I will bonus action quick heal myself.
Cool. I will assume you're not going to keep fighting, so we'll drop out of initiative. Alright, no longer initiative. There we are. Let's go back to cruising in open space. Combat music goes away. There comes R2D2 and his little beeps.
Beep beep.
Alright, so whilst Larry's out cold on the floor, Jean's knelt down next to him and shielded from the crowd. Jean, you can hear the, I say conversation, Maria is trying to explain what's gone on and trying to explain that there's been just a bit of rowdiness between staff and people, just one person pushed another and all this. The petty officer doesn't seem to be... Give me a sense motive. So how much?
From who?
From you, Jean.
Okay. 16.
16? Yeah, definitely. There's no thingy in the petty officer's tone where she believes there's nothing more to it than just a couple of the workers kicking off with each other. And she's now sort of looking round the crowd to find out what's going on. Hang on a minute.
I'm gonna... Sorry, go on. Yeah.
I'll get to you. Alex, you get over to Philip. He is rigid and his eyes are open but glazed over, but he's properly rigid, almost frozen, but obviously not covered in ice.
I'm gonna make a mental note that every hacker that we ever get seems to be useless, so we should probably never get a hacker again. And then grab him by the under the shoulders and like drag him off behind a cargo crate.
So give me a strength check, because he literally can't move. Like he's wedged, he's frozen solid.
That is an 18.
Yeah, cool. You drag him to behind like literally like a plank of wood, like lift him up and bring him out.
You would have done better with a sack barrel.
Jean,
I'll go find one if you want. I can leave you here.
I'm gonna find somewhere to hide.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Hopefully, Jean is really good at these.
I have proficiency in stealth. However, I still rolled shit. That's a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
You will be shocked to hear you are spotted. So, are you leaving Larry there?
Yeah, I'm leaving him on the floor. I'm trying to basically find somewhere to hide.
So as you sort of start walking away from the crowd to try and all in their burgundy outfits and trying to find somewhere that you can just hide for now, or at least use to your advantage to disappear, and you just hear the voice of Chief Petty Officer Arminder shout, "You there! Stop!" And we're going to call the session there, as it's 11 o'clock. And I assume there's lots of stuff going to happen in the next flavour of this ship. I'm going to turn my music off. Alright folks, it's 11 o'clock and we only play to 11, so thank you very much viewers for tuning in. Thank you very much for all the chat, it's been amazing. It's been really busy, it's great stuff, thank you very much. Sharadel, it's good to see that you got to jump in on a Thursday game. Right. We're going to get off, but before we go, thank you to our sponsors, Dragon Turtle Games. They wrote Carbon 2185 and they reskinned 5th edition. They've done it really well. They've got lots and lots of plans to do more. If you go to their web store and use the code WAITE, W-A-I-T-E, you'll get 10% off. So go do that and you'll get 10% off. They've got lots and lots of stuff coming. It's going to be amazing. Remember the 48-hour stream at the end of the month. From the 28th noon to 30th noon on the Sunday. Lots and lots of games. We've got a Carbon 2185 one shot, probably this lot playing with me running, or if I can get Robert, not this Robert, who wrote the game to run it, that'd be amazing. This Robert is running a Alien, I think that's probably the second time in my life I've called him Robert, is running a Alien RPG, so that's going to be cool. Colonial Marines and Xeno. So they'll be smashing each other, and there's lots of other stuff going on.
May contain facehugger.
Will contain facehugger.
I think Rob's still looking for one more player as well.
Yes,
we do have a slot for one more player at Alien RPG. We'll be on the Saturday of a time. What time? Have I said the time yet?
You haven't.
Right,
you said
cool.
Later, one of the latest slots.
It'll be on the Saturday at least.
There'll be a timetable.
There will be a timetable.
Simple system, 3-gen characters, nothing too fancy. Just need to have some D6s and not be adverse to kind of a horror theme.
There you go. So if you are free on Saturday the 29th and you wish to play in that Alien RPG, please get in touch with us, either on Facebook at Heavyweight Gaming, Twitter at Heavyweight Gaming, Instagram at Heavyweight Gaming. I don't block whispers to the Twitch. I will if they get stupid, but feel free to message if you wish to play in that Alien RPG one-shot, and we'll sort you out. We're doing it for a charity, for 3 of them actually: Mind, Rainbow Trust and Mermaids. They deal with mental health. One of them deals with polykids, and the other one is a pride charity. Go on to Google and put in Mind charity, Rainbow Trust charity, or Mermaids charity. You get lots and lots of information, and then you can decide from there if you wish to donate or not. The dice tray that Philip, have you still got in front of you, Dave? We'll hold up. I shall also have a picture somewhere. Dice tray as well. Boom. A closer look at what Dave is holding up is that. So yes, if you want a crack at winning that, it's £2 a go. So if you donate £10, that means you've got 5 chances at winning it. All the names go into a hat. The more you donate, every £2 of that donation will get you a name in the hat. If you are just donating, cool, just donate. If you donate anonymously, I have no idea, and your name won't go in the hat. If you don't put anything in the notes to say this is for the tray or etc., I don't have a clue, and it just goes as a donation. So please make sure that it's obvious on the Just Giving page. If you use the donation button below the stream, please again make sure that, one, you tell me what charity you want your raffle ticket money to go to. If not, I'll just choose one, but also let me know that it's for the tray, otherwise I'll just stick it in. That is from Sawdust and Swear Words. You can go to Facebook and check out Sawdust and Swear Words, open their photo albums, loads of cool stuff. Dave is actually one half of Sawdust and Swear Words. He's definitely the Swear Words, and Grace, who you've seen in chat, is the Sawdust. So go, I don't know, but in my head it sounded way more complimentary.
I don't know which one's more insulting.
But
Yes.
but go check them out on Facebook. They're absolutely brilliant. Also Ruffworx Creative, who sponsors some of our other stuff. If you go find them on Facebook, look at their photo albums. They've got loads of stuff that you can drool over, basically. But specifically, he has made 2 dice trays that are hexagon grenades used in Carbon 2185, where you pop them off and you've got a little portable dice tray. So they'll be up for grabs. I'll be putting lots of photos up tomorrow. So I think that is everything to do with the end of the sesh. Thank you very much for watching, listening. I hope you watch it again on Twitch or on the YouTube. Tell everyone about us. Way back when we started in March, we had like 4 viewers. We've had, well, there's 20 of you now listening to me talk bollocks to say goodbye. So thank you very much. The community's building. It's really cool. Thank you very much, players. And for now, say goodbye, players.
This unit has enjoyed itself.
Jesus.
Bye, guys. Take care. Have a beautiful time.
Tune in next week. What's the worst that could happen?
We can roll more ones on hacking.
You had 1 job, Dave. 1 job. I nearly died, and you can't get through a door.
Alex walks in, like, I'll just grab the ankles.
Oh
So
my!
it's just like
I
first
literally,
one
I'm an
was a
inch
5.
from death, and you had to open a door.
So my first roll was a 5 and I get +6. So I'm like, that's only an 11. I can probably do better. My next roll was a 4.